bad bitch all my goals. Flooded both my wrists, yeah, nigga, I do the most. Put some bread on your head, nigga, killers gon' have a toast. I be doing the most, yeah, I be doing the most. Hey, what's going on? This is Demost from DoingDemost podcast, and I'm here with a new episode. And I got one of my homies out here that loves wrestling. We have my homie John. What's happening, Jay?
What's going on, brother? I am very excited to be here. It is WrestleMania weekend, and I cannot be more excited. If you're a pro wrestling fan, this is the weekend you want to be watching the industry. And it isn't just, the big guy stuff. There's wrestling going on all over the tri-state area, all out in Vegas, hosting for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You got shows on top of shows on top of shows. It's a wrestling fan's dream come true.
That is totally true, because I know Wale, he has Wale Mania, which he's been doing for fucking over a decade probably, and he's been going strong with it. One day I'm going to have to go to it, but right now, we here. So, we starting off the show very caliente.
Muy caliente?
Muy caliente. And I'm going to switch it up, because I asked you some questions in advance, but I'm going to ask you this first question right here. What is the top, your number one, just one, theme song that WWE ever dropped?
Oh, top theme. See, we were talking music, but he didn't say he was going to ask me this question.
Yeah, I got to give you
he
some.
He likes to spring it on me.
There you go.
Now, are we talking company created or just a WWE theme song?
Company created.
Oh, company created. I would have to probably say, just because it's kind of a bop and it makes you kind of go like this, WWE Hall of Fame 2026 inductees. Here comes the Axe, and here comes the Smasher, the Demolition's theme song. It was one of the it bopped for me when I was a kid watching it, because let's also we got to give the kid. I'm not just Johnny come lately to the business. Yeah. I've been following WWE and pro wrestling since 1987. Yes, I'm old. So I mean, I've had a love of WWE and pro wrestling. I had a chance to be active in a couple small independent companies here in the tri-state area, including Jersey All Pro Wrestling and American Championship Entertainment, which is still going strong, and up northeast in New Jersey. They're still going strong. I did commentary for them, play-by-play, some backstage interviews. I've had the honor of calling matches involving Low Key, Kenny Omega, Eddie Kingston, Homicide, B-Boy. The list goes on and on. I have loved my time as in the industry, and now I'm going to try to share some of the little knowledge with y'all.
I appreciate it, because that was going to be one of my questions, was when you started to fall in love with music. I mean, WWE, but my number one song has to be the DX song. You got to bow down to the masters.
Are you ready?
Oh, man, when that song comes on, I get up and start dancing. I used to, that was part of rotation as, shower music.
Nice.
So that's how good that song in my mind was. So, now you said that you started watching wrestling in 87. What made you fall in love with wrestling?
Just the insanity of it, because I had no idea it even existed, as crazy as that sounds. I literally had turned to my mom and said, listen, I did all my homework, I got all this done, I got it done. Something was going to be on Saturday Night Live that night. Can I stay up late and watch it? She thought about it. She's like, you're like in your teens. Okay, whatever. So, all right, you just don't make me have to send off a nuclear bomb to get you out of bed to go to church on Sunday morning. No problem, Mom. I promise. I'll be up. Channel 4 signed off, and all of a sudden this voice comes on and says, Saturday Night Live will be preempted for this week. It'll return next week at its regularly scheduled time. Now stay tuned for Saturday night's main event. I look at this ring going, the what? And the first visual introducing me to the world of pro wrestling was a guy in a spray-painted suit coat with a keyboard tie, a bullhorn, stupid sunglasses, this ridiculous little mustache goatee thing going, and next to him, living as I live, the worst-looking Elvis impersonator in my whole life. I'm talking, of course, about the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, one of the most legendary managers in pro wrestling history, and at the time, the longest-reigning WWF Intercontinental Champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man, talking about a title defense that night against Macho Man Randy Savage and the lovely Elizabeth. Ooh, hi there, Miss Elizabeth. You're a hottie. And then Hulk Hogan comes on the screen, and let me tell you something, brother. And he's got the tie-dye, he's got the spandex. I'm like, what the heck am I watching?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to bed. I got mountain permission to stay up. I'm going to watch whatever the heck this is. But that was it. I was hooked. So, as a fan, though, you might recognize the night, especially by the date, because that was the night referred to as the birth of the Mega Powers, because Hogan and Savage had been feuding for years over Hogan's WWE Championship, and they bumped into each other. They were ready to swing, and Elizabeth calmed them down, and Savage realized, oh, you're here saving my butt. All right, I'll be civil. And he put his hand out, and that was the night the Mania met the Madness. Hulkamania, Macho Madness became one, and they became the Mega Powers. One of the most over-the-top, ridiculous tag teams, but it led to a lot of great booking and great storylines, because Hogan would, of course, go on to lose the WWE Championship in controversial fashion. Savage would wind up winning the tournament at WrestleMania 4 the following year. 1989 rolls in. Savage thinks that Hogan's got lust in his eyes for Elizabeth, which set up the Mega Powers exploding, the main event of WrestleMania 5 in Atlantic City, Hogan Savage for the WWE Championship. It told great stories.
Wow. Sheesh. He had that verbatim. That nigga practiced that shit. Sheesh. Wow. See, my introduction to wrestling, it wasn't even WWE, it was actually WCW. And how I was introduced to it, this one we had the N64. And my cousin just gave us a video game. He was like, yo, here. And we looked at it. It was WCW NWO Revenge.
Ooh, yes, that was a good game.
So
I remember that game very
I
well.
wasn't even introduced to WWE. I didn't know who the fuck The Rock was or nothing. So we're playing that game religiously. My favorite character there was El Paco. Reason why, because he used to come in there with the chair. So I'm like, I'm already at an advantage.
Yes, La Parka and the chairs, yes.
So I'm over there with the motherfucking advantage. So, so it was him and Hogan were like my two favorite characters in that game. So I didn't really get introduced to that, and that was probably like 98. It was like 97, 98.
Yeah, I think so.
And then a year later, that's when UPN 9 dropped SmackDown. And that's when I was like, oh, these are totally different characters, but fuck it. Then like a year or two later, that's when WCW came over, and all the people that were in the video, well, a lot of them that was in the video game.
Now you get to see him in real life.
Because
now this is a different time. So this is when I was growing up. So in the 80s and early 90s, it was hard to find wrestling on TV, but it was everywhere, because there was really, the cable was still just in its infancy stages. So on Saturday mornings, if you put on PIX Channel 11, you watch WCW NWA Power Hour, I think it was. Chris Cruz and Terry Funk were the hosts, and that introduced you to, likes of the Four Horsemen, the Legion of Doom, the Skyscrapers, eventually the Steiner Brothers, Doom, all these great non-WWE talent. Yeah. Oh, I want to watch more of this. What's going on? So you go through the TV Guide. TV Guide was a book. You actually tell you how to find your TV listings. Not like, let me pull up the guide on the So then on Channel 5 was Superstars of Wrestling on Saturdays at 12 or 11. Sundays at noon was Wrestling Challenge for WWF. And then Saturday overnight, early Sunday, there was a show on Channel 2 that ran in syndication, and that was WCW Worldwide, even though it was still technically called the NWA back then, but it was called WCW Worldwide, and that was Tony Schiavone and Jesse Devati Ventura doing that commentary, and that was mainly shot, for the most part, down in the Disney Studios in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Because they had that little mini arena. It was perfect for them. They could pack like 300 to almost 800 fans, and you had a contained universe. They taped 6 or 8 blocks on a weekly basis, and they had TV in the can for months.
Jeez. See, I didn't even grow up. Shit, we had WWE, we had SmackDown, and then on Sunday we had Sunday Night Heat, and I think that was, what was that, Raw, pretty much?
It was kind of like a highlight show. There were matches that were taped like before, like kind of like they do now for main event. They'll tape matches either before Raw goes on the air or before SmackDown goes on the air. Those are like what they call the dark matches. Some of them are saved for main event. And that's where you get that weekly show that airs now. But yeah, back in the day on Sunday Night Heat, there was even a show that was aired at like midnight on Saturdays called Shotgun Saturday Night. And they were a little edgy in the late 90s.
Oh yeah.
Little TNA action with a certain Terry Runnels. We're gonna leave it at that. Because if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Shit.
God bless Google.
Now, speaking of that, did you watch the WWE? Well, I don't know if it was really linked with WWE, the Vince McMahon documentary.
I did see the Vince McMahon documentary a few months back on Netflix. It was definitely an interesting insight. A lot of things that were covered were kind of things that other news boards and reputable news journalists had kind of covered, but really couldn't validate. Oh yeah, this 100% is gospel. Rumors are that these things are happening because of something Vince did and said. Well, the documentary kind of put a lot of light on things that I'm like, oh, this really happened. Madre de Dios. Ooh, Vince was a special man.
Yes.
When he was in the business.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I remember the one thing that caught my eye on the documentary, which I don't think that is 100% fact. That's just me shooting off shit. And I think there was a point that Vince was like, he was somewhat belittling Shane, like, oh, you're soft and shit like that. You got to be strong to take over the business. And that right there made me realize the person I really think blew the whistle was Stephanie McMahon on her father.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised because, I mean, if you watch Stephanie's growth, even as her character on TV, like during the McMahon Helmsley era and all that, and her as the general manager on SmackDown, her character's evolution, it definitely played a role in her evolution as someone in the business working in upper management, and you could definitely see that she probably was I would have to guess maybe kept away from some of Dad's antics or shielded from it as best that they could. But I'm sure, again, scuttlebutt, rumor had to have gotten to her, and I would not have been surprised at all if she was the one who might have made a few phone calls.
Yeah.
But we're never going to know. Let's go. We're never going to know. It's just pure speculation.
So, but that documentary was super informative. I looked at it like, sheesh. I know if those wrestlers knew that documentary and what happened with Vince happening, they probably would have pulled themselves from that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Considering the final days of the taping of the thing, how more of Vince's problems became to light. Yeah. If they had known then what they found out at that point, like, yeah, no, I'm out. Yeah, deuces
for sure. Rock would have been the first one and stuff like that. Yeah. So
and what's going to be interesting now is the documentary Netflix is going to run in late I think Tuesday, Wednesday of next week on Hulk Hogan. And one of his final interviews, it's gonna definitely shed a light on who I think Terry Bollea was more so than the Hulk Hogan character. And listen, I will be the first to tell you I was a Hulk Hogan fan growing up when I was a kid. But a lot of the stuff a lot of things that happened in the background behind the curtain, as fans, we didn't know about because the internet didn't really exist. We didn't know about that. And it's not till like the last 15, 20 years that as the internet has exploded, news boards, news reporting, rumor go, oh, well, Hulk Hogan did this to me. I saw him do that. What? Who? Really? So, I mean, I think hopefully it will not completely paint a darker light on Hogan's career because at the end of the day, Hogan really was instrumental in helping shape the business in the direction it's in now, just like Flair did. Both sure. and listen, Flair's of that same generation where things were said, people were addressed a certain ways, which is not happening in this day and age. But it just did, and it's horrible to say that it did just happen without even a second thought. But again, these are two men who shaped the business. I mean, so much so, like literally to this day, you can go to any sporting event, and I know it happened to me when I went to a Devils game a year ago. Just your fans are bored waiting for the game to start, and there's somebody in the background going, woo! And everybody's going woo. Yeah. That's the type of impact that Ric Flair had on the business. Look at the Yes Movement with Daniel Bryan. It went everywhere. Everybody was doing this. Yeah. College games, pro games, everybody. Just the simplest impact somebody can have in a business can have worldwide ramifications.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nah, that's for sure. So, to me, like the Hulk Hogan, to him being a racist, I'm not super happy about that. But listen, people are going to be people. You feel me? How they feel is how they feel. that's their personal business. But in that ring, he was a performer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember he wrestled with black people, white and everything. You know, everyone has bad things to say about everyone, but those people like say, "Yo, we fuck with him in the ring."
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I mean, not on the same breath, but people were wondering when the whole Matt Hardy Edge thing happened. A real life behind the scenes scandal was now being played out in front of the cameras, and they were like, "Oh, they can't do work together." And they looked at each other like, "What, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money we're gonna make off these story?" Because in the end of the day, if there is a bond and a brotherhood, and you hear the wrestlers talking about the brotherhood, or sisterhood of pro wrestlers. It is a bond. If I can work with you and you can work with me and we can go out there and sell that crowd and make that money, we're gonna be. I'll still hate you when I walk back to the curtain and think you're a giant asshole. But guess what? I'll go that way. You go that way, and we'll still get our checks at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And that was Hogan's thing. Hogan knew who he could make money with, and Hogan knew how to bring that money out of his opponent, make sure that the house sold and that the company made money, merch, TV, everything.
Sheesh. Speaking of merch and selling tickets, we are around WrestleMania time. So, since we're in WrestleMania time, I need your top five WrestleMania matches.
Top 5 all time. This is in no particular order.
No particular
order, because again, he only sprung this on me like 25 minutes ago. and one match immediately popped into my head, and I can give a little background as to why this is one of my top favorite matches of all time. And I'm going to go back to, so this is going to be WrestleMania 39, I believe, when WrestleMania went Hollywood. And it's going to be the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed unified world tag team championship. I'm a huge Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fan, regardless of whatever Sami's character's going through now. Huge fan of them. I remember when both of them came in touring the independent scene, wrestling when they were wrestling for Jersey All Pro Wrestling and a few other local companies.
Yeah.
As Kevin Steen and as El Generico. Let's just put it out there. He was El Generico. They can still kayfabe that all they want. He was El Generico, and we loved him for it. And I mean, but these two guys just revolutionized professional wrestling at the independent level in the early 2000s and continued to do it in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and in Ring of Honor. My God, the matches and the stories they told. When I knew that these two guys who have dreamt of being tag team champions and every company they were trying they could get into, and they had a chance to do it at WrestleMania, and the fact that I met these guys and I was a big fan of both of them, that's a no-brainer. Definitely one of my top 5.
Okay.
Another one I can put in there, just because it was in the time I was a big fan of his, and I felt it was time to pass the torch, even though I didn't know passing the torch was a terminology back then. But I will say WrestleMania 6, the Ultimate Challenge, the Ultimate Warrior defeating Hulk Hogan in the Sky Dome in Toronto for the WWE Championship in a title versus title match where he retained the Intercontinental Championship for the first time. And it really hasn't happened too many times since. I would love WWE to find a good story where you could have, the Intercontinental or even the United States Champion chasing up for the World Heavyweight or the WWE Championship. Oh, title for title could be good. So there's 2. Third one I will, and I just had to tip my tongue before I started talking about Hogan and Warrior. Third one, I again another guy I'm a huge fan of. I was a fan of his on the Independents when I first saw him in 2003, and that would be the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, and the Yes Movement culmination at WrestleMania 30 when he became the undisputed WWE champion. Nobody deserved that moment more than Daniel Bryan. Such a good match, and the fact he ought to do it twice too. He had to wrestle and beat Triple H in the opening match of WrestleMania to turn all the way around, and he with his shoulder all taped up and the ribs, and to turn around, and then how to survive Randy Orton and Batista. And God bless. Hold on, look, this does not get talked about enough. Yeah. Do you remember in that match there was the table spot when they went to like Batista bomb RKO Daniel Bryan. And one of the two of them completely forgot to move the OG big ass television monitors, not the little flat screens they have now. The big ass
shit.
television, the big. Bro, they forgot to move it, and Orton does the back bump on the thing, and you can see him. Oh, the minute he hit, he's like, oh shit. And you wonder why he's got back problems today. That's probably helping. Let's see what else. Not one particular match, but just the entire concept, because they've only done it one other time, and that was that Survivor Series. I'm gonna have to say the entirety, just because it was a crazy concept. WrestleMania 4, the WWE Championship Tournament. That whole idea, the whole show was the tournament, and between rounds you had the Islanders and Bobby Heenan in a 6-man tag team match, taking on the British Bulldogs, and I can't remember who their third partner was. That was one match, and then you had the quarterfinals, and then you had the WWE Tag Team Championship in the next between rounds, and then right before the finals you had it was I want to say, I guess, might have been the Intercontinental Championship defense. I don't remember per se. Yeah. But just the fact that the whole show from start to finish was a 16-man single elimination tournament. Yeah. Like I said, it's only been done one other time. And they tweaked it down because they had to contain it on pay-per-view. Yeah. But that was at Survivor Series when Rock became WWE Champion and went corporate.
Oh, yeah.
And defeated Mankind in the finals with the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
But just the idea that that first round, 10-minute, 15, 20, and then, okay, you go to the wheels fall off. Bro, do you know how hard it is for these guys, as trained as they are, to tell a story of a match in just 10 minutes, let alone 15? Yeah. Between the first and the quarterfinals? It was rough. And you had some great matchups in that tournament. So it was definitely, and as a fan, you kind of reacted, oh, Hulkster's going to get his belt back. It's going to be all hunky-dory. Wait, what do you mean Hogan lost? What the heck? Andre's Yeah. So that's 4 now. 4. I need one more. I gotta. You know what? Actually no. You know what? I was gonna go obvious just because it was so recent. Cody finishing his story, and there's been so much done about it. But I'm gonna go another direction, and he's gonna love this one too. And that would be the shirt I'd happily wearing, best in the world. It would be, again, for story purposes, and it was a match involving the streak. Not the Punk main eventing last year, even though that was a great moment for his career. I'm going to go with CM Punk versus The Undertaker. And honestly, that was one of 2 matches that I thought either Punk or the guy who wrestled Undertaker a year or 2 before that should have ended the streak. Not Brock.
Not Brock.
Brock didn't need it. But then again, these 2 guys really didn't need it either. Punk was over huge. He really would not have needed the feather in the cap of ending Taker's streak at that moment, or even Edge. And honestly, between even Edge and Punk, I think Edge should have been the one to do it, because he was so hot. He was so hot as a heel in that run. Okay. If anybody should have ended the streak there, I probably think prior to Punk's match, I think it should have been Edge. But I will say Punk and Undertaker was a great. That's definitely my top 5. Honorable mention.
Ooh, okay, we accept that.
Honorable mention
is
the heist of the century. I mean, who else but the architect, the visionary, Seth freaking Rollins running out in the main event of WrestleMania to cash in on Roman and Brock to win the title. Yep. It was a moment that had to happen.
Why?
I'm not talking for Roman or for Seth, but it was a moment somebody had to do it. So just like somebody had to be the one to lose and fail on their cash in. Somebody had to cash in at WrestleMania in the main event. And it just couldn't have been a better time for it to be Seth Rollins, for his character. Yeah. So there's my honorable mention.
That was actually a real good one. I like his top 5s. Since he somewhat stole mine, I didn't tell him, but the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, the second one, that's when he finally won the title. That one, I liked it so much because all the stuff that was happening, all the guest appearances and stuff like that, is like, all right, this was like, it was just like them leaking over from the pandemic of building like this crazy story all in front of us like this quickly.
It literally is. If you were to YouTube it or Google it, whatever, it's literally referred to the greatest 5 minutes in WWE history.
Yeah.
Because so much happened. Because I mean, obviously, like there's already rumors that a certain beer swilling, foul mouthed, middle finger waving Hall of Famer and multiple time champion Stone Cold Steve Austin is possibly going to be backstage at WrestleMania. Will he be involved in anything? We don't know.
Yeah.
But just the fact that these little rumors leaked out, oh, somebody's gonna be here, somebody's gonna be here, somebody's backstage, WWE obviously was like, you know what, we're gonna let it run and we're gonna just throw you all out there, one, and just what? Like I remember my brain exploding every time somebody else's theme music hit. I was like, wait, what? And I loved I watched Cody's podcast or Cody on a podcast. I don't think it was on his. Oh, he was on. Dead Man's Undertaker's podcast. Okay. And he says to Taker, he goes, I don't think you intentionally meant to do it, and I know, the crew in the back didn't mean to do it, but after Taker comes in and he hits the mother of all chokeslam, and he's kind of leaning on the ropes, and he looks down at Cody, and then he looks back out, and then you hear the gong and the lights go out. Cody said in that split second of him looking down at Cody, he winds up winking at Cody, gong, lights out.
Oh, wow.
And then lights come back on and Taker's gone. And Cody's like, wait.
Wow.
Did they time that perfectly? Was that intentional? And Taker's like, and if you look back and watch it, and Taker's like, he goes, I don't even remember winking at you, let alone, he goes, I just know when the gong hit, I had to get out of the ring.
Yeah, wow. Cody was, that's amazing. You know what I mean? That's how great that was. That moment was just totally amazing. And shouts out to that match. That was no particular order. Next one was The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin when Rock came back from Hollywood. And Rock actually got that W.
Rock finally got that win. Yeah, that was a very big moment. And it's a big moment on multiple levels. As you said, it's Rock finally getting his WrestleMania W over Stone Cold. Mm-hmm. Huge moment. And then in the same breath, Austin's last match. Because he would wind up going into retirement, not making it formal. Oh, I'm retired now. Right. Just his body was just so
breaking down,
so beaten up from everything he's been gone through. So definitely shout out to Stone Cold for all the sacrifices, and not just that Austin. Everybody who's ever competed in the industry as a collective, whether it's on the independent for 25, 30 years, or 2 minutes, or people in the WWE now, or whatever branch you're working for. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the sacrifices for us as crazy fans.
Appreciate it. And that is true, because I remember I don't know if it was a documentary, I was watching something, and they were talking about when Stone Cold Steve, like The Rock was trying to get through back then, but it just was never working. When he was with the Nation, like I think this was, you ever watch Young Rock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he said, he told Vince, man, please just give me like 5 minutes or something on the mic. He said, go ahead. And that speech made him get over. But then we went to the corporation, everything, he was still Rocky. Like it wasn't there. But once Stone Cold got injured, that's when Rock's career blew off.
Right.
So Stone Cold Steve Austin, if it wasn't for you getting hurt, The Rock wouldn't be The Rock. So I'm not saying thank you for getting injured, but... So that match was another one. We got Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. That one, I love underdogs. I always say myself as an underdog. Dwayne Wade's my favorite basketball player. Iverson's up there too, and those are all underdogs. So for Kofi to be back in his days, he used to be one of those matches you get in there, someone chokeslam him, powerbomb him 3 times, match is over in 15 seconds. To now being the top of the top, getting the championship, I was like,
it was amazing, because it was a similar thing that WWE and the fans had done for Daniel Bryan. Mm-hmm. We like this guy. We embrace this guy. He's our guy. We don't care about Blutista. We don't care about Randy Orton. This is our guy. We're gonna strap a cheering rocket to his ass, and you're gonna have to do something with him. And guess what? They did the same thing with Kofi. The fans like, you're overdue.
Yeah.
You've been around for a hot minute. You've been U.S. champion on a bunch of occasions. You've been the Intercontinental champion. Tag team on multiple occasions with multiple partners. Forget not even just the New Day stuff. I mean, him and Punk had a great run as tag team champions, and he was always the guy you knew could put in work. You knew you were going to get a great match out of him, and the fact that the fans were like, nope, you're our guy, but it almost didn't happen. You know that, right?
Him and Daniel, or him just getting the title in general?
Getting the WWE Championship in general.
All right, let me tell you what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
What I heard, he was supposed to beat Randy, and Randy pulled a race car. I don't want to lose to this. They ain't say the N-word, but he didn't want to drop it to Coffee on some because he's black type shit. And they said Randy was an asshole back then.
Right.
So that's what I heard. He was supposed to beat Randy. Now, what was the reason that you heard?
So, if you remember correctly, we had an Elimination Chamber match, and this is the same year as Kofi Mania, but this is what really snowballed everything. Brock, I don't remember if it was day of or they did it the go home show before the pay-per-view. He took out Mustafa Ali, opening a spot in the chamber. WWE said, "Yeah, Kofi." Now, I don't know if it was the on-camera GM who made the decision or management said, you know what, because of his injury, we're going to put in Kofi Kingston. Because I think Kofi had lost a qualifying. Whether he lost it to Mustafa Ali, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he was in to qualify and didn't qualify. And they're like, you know what, we're going to put Kofi in there. And Kofi showed up, and he showed out. And that's where the fan was like, hey, you know what? Kofi should be our guy. Kofi needs to be our guy. And that's what snowballed everything. And as a result of that as well, that also is what made WWE swerve years later and put Money in the Bank on Big E.
Yep.
Had Big E become WWE champion. Again, another guy who put in the work.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't really want to put this out in the ether because I want this to happen. I want this to happen for him.
Oh.
But I have this horrible feeling because of his injuries that he's had over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know if they're going to do it for Xavier. Xavier deserves it. Xavier needs that dub. He needs to be WWE champion. But it's like every time I turn around, why wasn't Xavier on the Raw? And I got to go online. Oh, he got hurt on the house show, or he got hurt on the Raw.
Really?
That's why he's out now. It's something, shoulder, knee, ankle, something. I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
I just for the whole Shield idea of it, I need Xavier to get it. I need X to get the title.
Yeah.
I mean, and as I said, on the whole Shield of it, on one night, all 3 Shields were the WWE champion. And first off, whoever came up with that idea, bravo. But I mean, I need Xavier to win the title.
Nah.
I need the X to be the WWE champion.
And that been a long overdue. I think he won that? Andre the Giant? No, RP to Andre the Giant. But that stupid ass fucking event. Was it? No, King of the Ring.
No, he won King of the
King of the Ring. That's even stupider. You get the title of but it's like you don't get extra money. You don't get the cover of magazines.
But the problem. You gotta understand. So originally, the King of the Ring was just a little novelty thing back in the late 80s or 90s that they started, and it just kind of fell. I mean, it was so big at one point it had its own pay-per-view. It became the Big Four to the Big Five.
Yeah.
And then the fan just kind of waned, and the company's like, all right, we're gonna go away with it. Meanwhile, here comes Xavier Woods into WWE. What do you mean we don't do King of the Ring anymore? I want to be King. And he started campaigning for years and years and years to bring back the tournament. And not only do they bring it back, they make a Queen of the Ring too.
Yeah.
Xavier wins it. Zelina Vega?
Yeah.
Listen, I have a lot of love for Thea Trinidad. She's very talented, but I love her to death, but she's a little rough to watch in that ring sometimes. I don't know what it is, but I think it's a believability factor.
Explain.
Well, if one-on-one, regardless of the lack of experience, Kofi Kingston versus ISO Speed, would you honestly think ISO Speed beats Xavier Kofi Kingston? He'll put up a fight.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of heart.
Yeah.
Same with Zelina. She's got tremendous heart. She's got ability in the ring, but it's just sometimes it just there's a believability factor. Do you honestly believe she can beat this individual?
But that's wrestling
But
in
right,
general.
but right. But at the same time, it's just like I kind of know going in. Zelina's gonna look good. She'll get her moments. Okay. Do I think she deserves more moments? Absolutely. She's been in the business a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
She's local, tri-state. She's on the independent and the tri-state. Does she deserve her true moment? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I think they'll give it to her? I hope to God they do at some point, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean the fact that they even put the Women's United States Championship on her shocked the hell out of me. But that's what you needed for her character and for Chelsea Green's character at that moment. Same with Michin. God, that girl needs a singles push.
Yes.
Michin needs a singles push so badly.
She complained about that towards Rhea. She was like, what the fuck? I've been putting in the work for years, and you coming up in the scene and just... I'm like, she's pulling a little race card. I said, I like it. It sounds good, but you pulling the race card, and it's like, you know how that shit goes. But because Mia Chin, I remember we had a conversation. You was like, you didn't think that Jade deserved. She was an eyesore, I think you said, seeing her in the ring. Like she should have went to NXT,
so
then came up.
I will defend my statement. I am impressed with Jade physically. She has the look of a wrestler. She has it. She's got that swagger. She's got the personality. She could use a little bit more work on promos, but her promos have gotten 1,000 times better than the shit she did in AEW. But AEW basically made her their answer to Goldberg.
Oh wow!
They strapped the rocket ship to Jade.
Uh-huh.
She went to what was like 60 some odd, 80 some odd matches. Undefeated, like I think 5th match in, and she became the TBS champion in AEW, and then she went on and defeated everybody.
Dominated.
But her matches were rough to watch. Talented, but she still there was like her timing would be off. Like if you know she's being you're Irishing whip your opponent into the corner, within 3 steps your opponent's going to come out and do something, or that's what you girls called in the ring or called earlier, and all of a sudden you're in a bad spot. You're supposed to know this.
True.
60 some odd matches in.
Yeah.
Y'all should know this.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem that I initially undertook with that is AEW doesn't have a talent training facility.
Yeah.
They don't have a development. You're learning on the fly, especially during the pandemic. So I got that. So when WWE signed Jade Cargill, oh, cool. She will learn a lot in NXT. They have great. I mean, Sarah Del Rey is down there, and she's one of the top women trainers in the business, and WWE's got her. Yeah. She's gonna make Jade look even more like a. She's debuting on the main roster. Okay. Pairing her with Bianca.
Yes.
Okay.
That's.
And so now I'm like, all right, Bianca can help teach her, and obviously when they get to the building, the ring set up, they can bump, they can. She was still rough to watch.
Yeah.
And now she's got the title. And okay, listen, you're a dominant champ. Oh wait, yeah, you don't defend the championship. Well, what are you doing, WWE? Why are you doing this to this poor woman?
Listen. To me, what I see it as is, if they were to put her in NXT, let's say she would have got hurt. Now her momentum might die down because she's on the shelf for, let's say, a year or so. So they said, she's already hot. She has the name, like you said, you gave her that Goldberg. She hot. Just put her on the main roster, and we're going to figure it out. And that's what they did. And I wasn't mad at that. I actually applauded that because it's like, go do what you got to do. We'll tweak it on the fly. And that's what, pretty much what WWE is. Sometimes they might pull a match at the last second. Even in the ring, they'll be like, like there was a match with some guy that he's not really a big wrestler, but he had a match with Undertaker. And Undertaker was like, do the tombstone on me. He said, nigga, that's your move. He's like, trust me, do it. And he did a tombstone on him. The crowd went crazy. Oh, it was great. And then he still ended up losing. But when he went back to Gorilla, that's what they call it, right? In the back, Vince McMahon grabbed him. I should be mad at you, but I'm not, because I know Undertaker made you do that, told you to do that. But don't ever fucking do that again. So you feel me? That's showing that they tweaking on the fly.
Of course, there are moments on the fly, especially you've got talent who call things in the ring. Taker's one of them. Cena notorious for calling things in the ring.
Oh yeah, you see him.
Hip toss.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Could you be a little more less obvious, John?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
But I mean, and I get it, and yes, guys. I mean, listen. If I was in the ring as the opponent of the Undertaker, and I'm locked up, and we're going at it, and he pulls, and he goes, "I want you to do the last ride on me." The fuck? Trust me. Okay.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. Am I going to get my ass chewed out by Vince when I walk back to the garden? Yeah, probably. Yeah. But I just said because it creates a moment for the fans to pop, and that's exactly what Taker did in that moment. He knew that would get a pop out of the crowd. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, listen. I will say this: Rhea is going to force Jade. I don't doubt Jade's been probably busting her ass.
You getting too far.
All right. Well, you want to say that for me? Okay.
We get into the predictions.
Okay.
I still got to finish my top 5. Since without Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. Reason why to me that was big because supposedly it was 100,000 people. I think they said, was that
the attendance record for WrestleMania 3 was 93,173. And listen, there's enough aerial camera shots to show. Yeah, there's a whole lot of fucking people in this building. And this was the OG Pontiac Silverdome, not what it's looking like today. So it really had, like I said, there's a very famous aerial shot from the Raptors, and all you see is floor section after floor section after floor section. You knew they packed that sumbitch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
$100,000.
I don't know that.
I'm not sure about that.
Hey, even 90 was still wild, especially back then. You feel me? So that right there, and that one, I remember that was Andre the Giant, like he was on his last leg. Like, you seen the struggle, but people still was so entertained. Like, yo, we want this, and they were so into it. I was like, wow.
He was an attraction. The eighth. He was literally dubbed the 8th wonder of the world. 7'5", over 500 pounds. You weren't going to get a catch-as-catch-can 20-minute classic at Andre. Never going to happen. You're going to get a whole lot of headbutts. You're going to get some stiff right hands. Yep. He may sit on you and pray to God your shave doesn't cave in, and the match is over. Yeah. But you got the attraction because it's just like, oh, my God, this guy is huge.
Massive.
Andre, I think, wound up taking quite a bit of time off following WrestleMania 3, come back. The whole storyline with the main event in 1988 when he became WWE champion thanks to the crooked plastic surgery Hebner storyline. I loved that idea until WWE screwed up and oh, wait. There's twins.
Oh, shit.
Earl and Dave Hebner's like, oh, wait. Yeah. So good. And then, Andre was still a draw. They wanted to put the tag team titles on him. In 89, right before WrestleMania 5, one last run with him and Haku, taking on Demolition. Great. And it was Andre in his swan song as an in-ring talent.
So that, to me, that was, and then my last match.
Who is it?
I was telling him that WWE Network been passing the same 3 WrestleManias, and that was the Triple H, Big Show, Mankind, and The Rock, the last match of Mankind. And that one was just super entertaining, having the whole family. And then, Vince does what he does, double-crossing people. And that match was just phenomenal.
WrestleMania 20, McMahon in every corner.
So that, to me, was my top 5. Now, that brings us to our predictions.
Let's go. WrestleMania Night 1. Our opening match is on free TV for those of you with ESPN. So we've got 6-man tag, the Usos and everybody's favorite L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Taking on the reigning and current WWE Tag Team Champions.
Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and I Show Speed.
He's their partner. He's just not actual tag team champion. But anyway, yeah, the Vision and Ice Show Speed. Okay, for an opening match, it's a draw because ESPN knows, oh, I Show Speed. He's got a kabillion followers on social media. They're all going to, 90% of them are probably going to tune in to see one of two things. Hopefully him not die and do pretty well. And be grateful that Braun Breaker's not involved in the match.
Oh, yeah.
And to spear him into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some, we've seen videos on Monday Night Raw of him training with Theory and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He looked pretty decent. I'll be honest. Yeah. I don't doubt he has been training for other opportunities like this.
Yeah.
So, will the match be entertaining? Is all get up and go? Absolutely. It's going to be fun. Logan Paul's just going to be his usual dick asshole-ish. I'm going to have some kind of social media moment for views. Yeah. I Show Speed's getting pinned. I think he eats the 1D. One and done. I do predict that the Usos, the LA Knight, will get the win over the Usos.
Okay, because you said a draw. I'm thinking like somebody's about to interfere. Like somebody comes from the crowd with the black mask, the black hoodie, the black sneakers. Okay, so I'm going for sure with the Usos.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Usos, LA Knight, because
But yeah, and you're definitely going to see I Show Speed in that match take the pin because you don't want to make. They only just put the tag titles on the Vision like 2.5 weeks ago. So they don't want the champs going looking weak at losing the match. So yeah, I Show Speed's taking the pin. He's eating the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just for good measure, he may take a blunt force trauma too.
He might even turn on Division like, yo, fuck that. I really didn't even want to do this. So he might do some accidental shit again.
Yeah, that could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
So many weird shit that can happen, but Usos got to take that. That's just me. And LA Knight.
I'm so with you with that. LA, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph Hunter, you need to get him the title.
Yes, he's supposed to have had the title. I don't care when he's supposed to get it. Could have been at the main event. He could have been on Monday Night Raw. He was been supposed to have that title. And for him to not have the title, I'm mad for him.
Yeah. LA Knight, probably one of the most over guys in the company right now. Merch sale-wise, I would imagine. Just fan reaction when he comes out. Very talented in the ring. Yeah. He can go. He can cut the promo. He's got everything going. Yeah. They please, for the love of all that's good and holy, put the World Heavyweight Championship on him or the WWE Championship, depending what happens, because I'm sure there'll be a draft in about a month.
Oh, I thought you said that was over.
I think they're gonna do it again.
Oh, fuck. Next match.
Unsanctioned. Unsanctioned Drew McIntyre taking on Yarmin Jacob Fatu. Ooh.
Before we get into this,
yes, please.
We had this conversation before. You was like, Drew McIntyre is going to get hurt and go off in the sunset and do his movie.
That's my perception, yes, and I was about to bring that up. I was about to bring in my prediction. I'm going to bring that up too. But go ahead.
So yeah, but continue because you thought of it. You said it.
I mean, it's already been talked about and rumored because Drew was originally off camera for a couple weeks, and I figured that was when he was supposed to be filming his parts for the remake of the Highlander movie franchise.
Oh, it was Highlander.
And all of a sudden, but he came back like within a couple weeks. I'm like, that's a kind of short shooting schedule unless he's only in a couple scenes. So if it's in the can and he's already shot his scenes, that does change things a bit. But at the same time, I think Jacob's walking out of here with the win no matter what. I really think there's a lot of momentum on Jacob right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he eats a Claymore and falls 47 feet through 2 tables. That's not going to surprise me and see Drew win.
Yeah.
I want Jacob to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the other way.
Listen, reason why Jacob has to win because one, the momentum, and two, like this storyline, it came abruptly to me. It was like it was against Cody, then this. I'm looking like, and I think he's gonna get rid of Drew, and he's gonna go after Cody again. And whoever wins this has to go after Cody again to go, finish that deal. So I really believe that Jacob has to win this because I don't think Triple H is fucking around with these.
Who knocked out Jacob's teeth? Or are they never going to answer that story?
You know they ain't go.
Yeah.
That's just like the Rey Mysterio with he lost his eye. Now the nigga got 2 eyes again. I hated that dumb shit.
Hey, listen, they had to throw something in the wall during the pandemic to make it stick, and Seth Rollins is Jesus. Wrestling Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. So what's the next match?
All right. So we're going to talk a title match. Not just any title. It's going to be a fatal 4-way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. You have the reigning and defending champions, Nia Jax and Lash Legends, defending against Charlotte Flair, woo, and Alexa Bliss, the frenemies, friendship, who the hell knows? They don't even know. Lyra Valkyria, Bayley. Now, it's still expected and still announced that it's going to be Nikki and Brie Bella. Mm-hmm. But as they've talked about for the last several weeks now, Nikki rolled her ankle on Raw I think it was on Raw a few weeks ago. And she's been rehabbing it. And as a result of all this being up in the air, that's what prevented them from doing another match for WrestleMania, which I will mention in a second. If they wind up last minute pulling the Bellas, it's going to be the Kabuki Warriors more than likely taking their place. And that does tweak my prediction. Oh. Only because the Bellas were very vocal, and with their not so much at the contract, but it's just like the minute they said, "Oh, we're going after tag belts," and that's like this was like 4 months ago, and I'm like, they're winning at Mania. I didn't know who was going to be the champ back then. I didn't care. I'm like, they're gonna put the belts on the Bellas, because listen, I mean, as much as one of the Bellas did not get all of her in-ring talent from injection, as AJ liked to put that many years ago during the Diva era. They did pay a lot for the women's evolution. They really did lay a lot of groundwork for that. So would it be okay if the company rewarded them by putting the tag belts on them? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Do I expect if that happens, and do I think it's going to be a long reign? No.
I know, fuck no.
Three PLEs, maybe 4,
maybe
if that,
or
some random dropping on main event, or well, not main event per se, but on SmackDown or even on Raw, who knows? Okay. But if the Bellas are out and they put the Kabuki Warriors in, I would not be surprised if they pull the trigger on what they should have done last year and put the belts on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I hated with a passion that they pulled Bayley for really no reason other than Becky was back. You couldn't save Becky's return for the night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw when everybody and their mother decides to make a return to WWE and has an impact. I think they could have done more with that. Like you could have come out, let Lyra and Bayley win the belts at Mania. Lyra has to defend they're defending the tag belts the next night on Raw. Come out, you screw Lyra over, you wind up feuding with Bayley for a hot minute, and then you get a couple wins over Bayley. Now you go after the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Guess what? You can still have the same things happen. Everything else could have still happened the way it did. Everything else that led us to this moment where we're looking at WrestleMania still could have happened if they had just saved Becky's return for Raw after WrestleMania. Just my opinion, But like I said, if the Bellas are in the match, Brie will probably work 90% of that match. Nikki probably won't work too much. She'll probably be braced and heavily taped. But like I said, if they're in the match, then the Bellas are walking out as the women's tag team champions. If they're not in the match, I like Bayley and Lyra.
Okay, I think that they're gonna retain. Because it's like they just got the title not even 2 months ago, and they're strong. They're strong. Like, come on, who could really? It's one of those things like how you said when it comes to the other girl. You said, is this believable? It's like, really, y'all could really beat these two big, massive bitches? Like, I don't think nobody's really going to do it. I think it's going to be Nia Jax sitting on the weakest person, and 1, 2, 3, get him out of there.
If it was an elimination match, an elimination rules, then Nia's just gonna squish everybody.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, when Bailey was champion and had to defend against Nia, not one person honestly said, "Oh, Bailey's not. There's no way Bailey can't beat." Bailey did beat her.
Oh yeah, but
Bailey did beat her a couple times.
Yeah, for sure.
So there is a believability factor that Nia can be beaten. The key, if the titles do change hands, the key's going to be Lash taking the pin. Only because of her, even though she's talented as all get up and go, and she's big and burly and jacked and talented, she can move in that ring.
Yeah.
She's the weak link, just because she doesn't have enough experience. That's the card they'll play. That's the card they will play. That's the card they're playing. I'm just saying.
Makes sense. I'm not arguing with it. I wouldn't like it, but that does make sense.
Yeah, and the other thing is, as the irresistible forces, if they do lose the belts, listen, there's nothing stopping them from winning the belts back, from whether it's from Lyra and Bailey or the Bellas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
2 months from now.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. And if the Bellas are in it and they win the belts, that's probably what would happen because of Nikki's injury. That'll play the key factor.
That is
and then losing the belts if they do that.
I can see that because didn't they do that? It was Jade and Bianca. They lost it into like Ireland or whatever to those people, and then they won it back when they came back to the States. So.
Right? Yeah. They wound up doing a hot shot of the title during the European tour.
Yeah.
And the first show back in the States, they wound up recapturing the titles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can happen.
That's possible. That's possible. Who we got next?
Ooh, this one's gonna be a good one. Der Ring General Gunther taking on the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. This one is going. If I can quote the legend himself, Jim Ross, Katie bar the door. This one gonna be a slobber knocker. Just because I can see both guys slapping, chopping, absolutely just brutalizing each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if you have any problems with hamburger meat, don't look at Seth Rollins' chest, because it's going to look like hamburger meat when Gunther just absolutely chops the shit out of him. He will. I guarantee he's probably going to hit Seth so many times in the same spot, you will see blood leaving his chest. Because if you see, there are guys, when they get hit so many times, the blood vessels come up to the surface of the chest, and one really good chop in the wrong direction with the way the hand is hit, streak. I've seen it happen. It's definitely oof.
Yeah,
it's going to require like lots of ice packs for both these guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm with Gunther both ways.
Oh, God.
I'm going with Gunther both ways, but I think the main reason he's going to beat Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Even though there's been no announcement that he's been medically cleared, he could still be medically cleared enough to do a run-in.
Yeah.
When the referee's got his back turned, smash him, throw him in, power bomb, pinfall, or Betty Bye.
Yeah.
But I think Gunther needs to win a little more than Seth does.
For sure.
At WrestleMania, considering the last couple WrestleManias for Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly also because you're going to owe me, Mr. Heyman.
Yep.
Famous statement. You almost know that we are on a collision course probably at SummerSlam with Gunther.
No.
And Brock Lesnar. Wow. That one.
So you're saying
that was going to be fugly.
So you're saying Gunther wants Brock, so that's why he's helping. Wow. Game changer. I never even thought of that.
Well, think about it. Up until this past Monday night on Raw, we didn't really know why is Gunther aligning himself with Paul Heyman. Even Paul backstage 2 weeks before, he's like, I don't know why you're helping me, but thank you, sir. Shaking his hand. And he's like, it's not that you're going to owe me a favor, but you are going to owe me. And then we finally got, I think you're a hypocrite. I think you're a fake. You run around here like you're the best of the... No, I'm the best. I'm Gunther. I'm better than you. Oh, really? It's an ego thing. This whole match is really derived on ego and the fact that Gunther wants to test himself like no other wrestler can be by going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar.
Hey, that we gonna see, because he be having some predictions. I be looking like, I can see that. And then Triple H does some fuck shit, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, and then 2 years from now, when the next season of the season of WWE Unreal shows up, and it's about this time of year, we're like, oh, so that's why you made that decision, you dumb. Because you think about it, you're always about a year behind with the season. Mm-hmm. So like the season that comes out now is going to be the tail end of WrestleMania 40 or 41. 41. So it's like, all right, here we go. Why did you make these decisions?
See, now I'm mad because, Seth Rollins going to lose. I was going for Gunther for 3 different reasons. One, because this match was super odd and weird, and it's like, I don't think Seth really cared about it. He just wanted to be back. And Gunther, he's been in the back, just, I'm the John Legend killer. John Cena killer. Like, he's just, like, glorifying that. And he's just dominating people. So let's give him a person that's coming back, and it'll be a great fight. And 2, Gunther's a Leo. So anything Leo, I'm rooting for it.
All right. Well, think about it. They were really up shit's creek without a paddle when Braun Breaker gave himself a fucking hernia flipping over the Raw announce desk. That's what this whole thing started. He injures himself. It was supposed to be Braun and Seth at WrestleMania. Yeah. But Braun got hurt. And then they're like, all right, well, maybe we can do it. They were going to pivot. I think they were going to do Bronson. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's not going to happen because Bronson gets injured. Yeah. Well, what the hell am I going to do now? I don't know. Hey, what's Gunther doing? Yeah. Things to make you go, And there we go. And they just had to just come up with a good enough reason. Oh, I'm Gunther. I'm better than everybody else. Yeah. You think you're better than me? Mm-hmm. Bitch, please. And that's literally what that should be the subtitle for that match. Bitch, please.
Now, I want to know, is Brock part of the Vision or no?
No. I think Paul is just spreading himself thin because remember, when he's out with Brock, he's the advocate. When he's with the Vision, he's the Vision. He's the Oracle. Many hats on probably the greatest manager of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. So now, I thought when Gunther came in the picture, I thought he was coming there to be the new leader of the Vision until Braun and them come back, and then they will attack Braun and them, kick them out. Kicked Braun and other Bronson out. That's what I thought for him to, because the Imperium, I don't know what the fuck was with those guys.
Imperium Jamanda just kind of, if you remember back a while ago, Gunther, there was always something going on between Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther backstage. Ludwig always looking for Gunther's approval, and he's like, "Bro, you need to be your own man." Like even though it never came to blows, it literally was a case of stand up, be your own man, go do stuff. Yeah, for sure. And that's how they basically split up Imperium, because the other guy wound up getting released because they had nothing for him. He was rough. Yeah. And then first day with a new gimmick, he'd lose in 4 seconds. Ooh, that sucked. Yeah. But and I think then Ludwig winds up stumbling into the greatest character of his life as El Grande Americano, Dos. And it's going to culminate in one of the biggest matches of his career down in Monterrey, Mexico. Him and the original El Grande Americano, mask versus mask. Yeah. And that's literally one where I don't know which way they're going to go. Because in the States, the OG Americano is beloved by everybody, and El Grande Americano is hated with Rayo and Bravo. Mm-hmm. But down in Mexico, it's like the mirror universe. Oh. They're the faces, and the OG is booed out of existence. Wow. So I don't know really which way they're going to go, because I can only see this El Grande Americano character for everybody involved, only but going but so much longer. And listen, not for nothing, Rayo and Bravo, I need them off with the masks. I need them getting proper pushes. I need to see Tyler Bate and oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. Don't call me Butch. Pete Dunne back in the ring with the masks off. And if you even saw the tag team, they earned a tag team title match on NXT at Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
And if you've seen enough matches of Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, the one thing they have not done until that moment was use a lot of their signature moves. And all of a sudden, you see Tyler Bate, I think he's Bravo, running toward the ropes and go to do the dive, and he does the shoulder thing and ducks his head and pops back. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. That's really, you bringing that out? And they're both using their own signature trademark original character moves. And how is nobody going, hey, that move looks familiar?
Yeah.
Like, OG Americano broke out the Chaos Theory, which I think is one of the most fantastically devastating rolling, bridging German suplexes.
Wow.
And that was something that Chad loved to do. And all of a sudden, he broke it out there, and I think it was on either SmackDown or NXT, and you hit the commentator going, hey, wait, that looked familiar. And then they let it go.
Yeah.
Really? But like I said, I don't know where they're going to go with that match between the two of them for the mask, but we're getting off subject.
And when was that match? I thought that was supposed to happen a week ago when they went to Mexico.
Oh, the mask. I think is in 2 weeks on WWE and AAA's YouTube channel.
Yeah, Okay, so what match was we just talking about? That was
we were still
Gunther, Gunther. Yeah, so we both got Gunther.
Yeah, we're both going with Gunther. As much as I listen, a Seth Rollins match, you're in for a good time.
Oh yeah,
Seth can go in that ring, and it'll be interesting to see how many really big bumps he takes with that shoulder. But if obviously the shoulder needs to be 1,000% rehabbed and healed for him to be able to get in there with Gunther, because Gunther's just going to suplex the crap out of him. Yeah. This should be fun. This should be Katie bar the door. We have more title matches to talk about, my friend.
Come on.
I'm on with it. All right, and this is what I think we're definitely going to disagree with. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship as AJ Lee defends at a WrestleMania for the first time in over a decade, taking on the man, Becky Lynch. I'm going to defer the floor to you first.
I think Becky's going to lose.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'm actually very surprised. I figured you were going to say Becky was going to recapture.
No, because I think the world is tired of Becky. I'm tired of Becky winning like this. Not saying she doesn't deserve it. She's the man. Like, if it wasn't for Nia Jax breaking this bitch's nose, she wouldn't have been the man. So, but she took that and ran with it. But I don't think that she needs another run. Let this girl run with the Intercontinental Championship and have a fun. You feel me? Her and her man, just have fun.
This girl, only the first ever 3-time Divas champion, foundation laying.
Okay.
Chuck Taylor, y'all ain't good enough to lace my Chuck Taylor promo cutting woman. So I like I said, I'm sitting here stunned. I'm in complete agreement. I do think Becky's also going to lose, but I think the reason Becky does not become Women's Intercontinental Champion for a third time is because there's so much they can do with AJ. Look at the women's locker room on Raw. You've got Roxanne, Liv, you've got Lyra, Bayley, obviously the champ, Raquel, Natty. Hold on. Maxine Dupree. That's 8 right there. The only one of those 8, not counting Becky, that's never been in the ring with AJ is Natty. Natty and AJ had a few matches back in her day. Everybody else is new, fresh meat. Although Bayley and her just did have that really nice match on Raw this past week, Monday, or 2 Mondays ago. I would not be surprised if on the Raw after WrestleMania, AJ comes out to celebrate her win and announces she is inspired by what the guys are doing and having an open challenge run as Intercontinental Champion. And we're going to get Maxine getting title matches. We're going to get a lot of the women who wouldn't normally maybe get title matches or find themselves in the main event scene until they can find that one. Okay, we're going to feud her with her. Or maybe spinning off the women's four-way, maybe for some reason Lash and Nia decide to go their separate ways for whatever reason, and Lash winds up on Raw.
Okay.
Ooh, Lash is Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah,
That sounds like it'd be very interesting, regardless of whether she takes the belt off AJ or one of the other women in the company.
That sounds good.
It paints a lot of interesting pictures, and I think we can get a good run out of AJ with the Open Challenge if the WWE goes that direction. I think they will. And I think they should.
I think they should because even those open challenges, they were really entertaining. Even if it was like 7 to 15 minutes, they were entertaining. Now, flipping it to the female doing that's going to be entertaining too. Especially AJ wanted to show this new generation who she was, especially this new generation don't know that. You feel me? So she's finna like show y'all with this open challenge, like beat your favorite wrestlers in the back. So I believe that should happen. So Becky's going to lose. So
Yep, AJ can prove why she is your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
facts.
Now, a match that didn't need more fuel on the fire, but now has it for the Women's World Championship. The reigning and defending champion, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, takes on the current the greatest women's Royal Rumble winner of all time, Liv Morgan. Like, the promos leading up to 2 weeks ago, just fire. Fabulous. Liv can talk. Stephanie's English is getting better. But when she ran up on Liv in the Judgment Day's locker room,
Yeah.
and all you heard was that thud of her head hitting Roxanne's head, and then the hematoma, like when they showed the picture later on that night from the Judgment Day's Twitter. Holy crap! Oh, did you see her she was on First Take?
First Take, yeah.
I mean, the hematoma was still there, well lowered, but now the blood is draining down. It looks like she's got two black eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and that crazed. I love the fact that they probably convinced Liv to not go crazy makeup on her face when she came out on Raw this past Monday.
Yeah.
And she just had that crazed, like she literally looked like she rolled straight out of Coachella and rolled up on Raw. The crazed look in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
That's
doggy, this is going to be a good match.
for sure.
Now, there are rumors. Because, I do a little research. Because, listen, the internet is filled with horrible, fabulous things all at the same time. And lots of rumors. There are rumors. Now, I don't know if it's going to affect this match or it's going to want to affect a match on Sunday. But the Judgment Day post-WrestleMania might be short one member. I'll explain why when we talk about Sunday. But I do think Judgment Day do get involved. I think there's going to be multiple distractions. And I believe we're going to find out exactly why she says, watch me. Liv Morgan will successfully cash in her Royal Rumble victory and walk out as the new Women's World Champion. I mean, it's kind of almost a foregone conclusion, especially when they just, here we are 6 days before. Oh, by the way, she's got a brand new music video. What? What? Really?
Yeah.
But first of all, it wasn't horrible.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
It wasn't horrible. It really wasn't horrible. It was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And it is her doing all the singing. Some of her Judgment Day cohorts involved. Not horrible. But yeah. But like I said, unfortunately, I think the numbers game is definitely going to catch up to Stephanie. And,
yeah, for sure.
And she, now what I would love to see, even though I think it doesn't keep her feeling like a strong character, I'd love to see her build her own little faction to watch her back when she comes to challenge and try to recapture the title, so she can balance out the Judgment Day. But I think
that's too hard.
I think Stephanie will. It's probably maybe she recaptures it. Maybe even at SummerSlam. I mean, we'll see.
She'll probably, yeah. No, I don't think she's gonna recapture anytime soon. She'll probably get it from another person, not from Liv.
Not from Liv. Okay.
No, I don't think so. Because Liv is gonna win this. We could both agree that Liv's gonna win this one. Because you gotta remember when she came back for the Judgment Day, she's the big dog. Especially now Finn is gone.
Mm-hmm.
She's the man. She's the leader.
HBIC.
Head bitch in charge. So that's why I think that she's gonna win. And it depends on this Dom situation. I think they're gonna put the titles back on them, the tag titles, and then Roxanne has to get a title too. I think that's how they got to complete this. Because I always told you, Triple H, you fucked up 100% when you didn't put all the titles on Damage Control. I still hate that. I'm still so pissed off. You know how many times I predicted them winning the tag titles where they could have the titles on everyone, and it never happened? Triple H, you might be a Leo, but
Damage Control? Yeah.
They should have had, all three of them should have had it. It just never happened. So I was pissed off about that. But I think that's what's gonna happen with Liv and everything else. Is it gonna happen? I don't know what these motherfuckers doing back there in Guerrillaville, but
All right, let's close out night one. Ladies and gentlemen, for the undisputed WWE Championship, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defends against the man, the reason the story just should have existed. No Pat McAfee. No going into the Pat McAfee Thunderdome and smashing a bunch of crap and stealing the belt back from Pat. No, it didn't need Pat McAfee. The story wrote itself. Teacher versus student. Who's the better man? Cody Rhodes or the Viper Randy Orton seeking world title number 15? Now, I think Cody is not retaining.
oh god damn it.
Cody is not retaining. He's going to lose. Randy Orton will be 15-time world champion. But I don't know if it's going to be a long run. Because there's been multiple reports that Randy's got coming into WrestleMania very healthy. He's banged up. So I want Randy to win 15. I as a fan of Randy Orton, back in when Randy Orton, like 2 weeks into his WWE career beginning, separates his shoulder, and he goes, and the fans started booing all these ridiculous weekly updates from the Randy Orton news, from the Randy News Network, the RNN, on Monday Night Raw, and they just put, hey, let's make him a heel, and they turned around and threw him in Evolution, and it was the greatest thing that could have happened to him. Put him in Evolution, letting him sit under the learning tree of Triple H and Ric Flair. Ooh, so good, many good things. But yes, Randy's walking out. The only bad thing on that now is, we're getting stuck with more Pat McAfee.
I don't think Pat's gonna
I mean,
I don't think he's gonna stay that long.
well, I mean, he'll be back and he'll do his usual stick. Well, he'll be around until college football starts again, and he'll go back to doing College Game Day.
God damn, that's about good 4 months.
Exactly.
Really? Maybe. So you're gonna be a commentator or as like a wrestler?
Oh no, I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's crazy. He can go. He's been trained very well.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
impressed the absolute stuffing out of me in NXT when he and the three guys he was with, I can't tell you their names off the top of my head, took on the Undisputed Era in War Games.
Oh yeah.
Pat knows how to bump. He knows how to bump. He knows how to do some basic stuff. We saw that when he fought Gunther. I mean, he has the ability to. He could have been a good wrestler if he had decided to go that route and not go the football route.
Yeah.
It's very evident. But it's just, you're such a dickhead right now.
Hey,
Such a dick right now.
it is working for him.
And it is working for him.
So, and like I said, yes, him coming in there was unpredictable. It's like the Gunther thing. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're just throwing people. Yeah, I remember Pat McAfee, he has a big following, and he's beloved by every WWE fan. So, you feel me? Them throwing them in there, I guess, is just, bring some hype towards that match that didn't need it.
WWE fans liked Pat McAfee when he was on the couch and jumping around and yeeting and all that. But when he was revealed as the guy on the phone with Randy, and then he cuts that ridiculous promo, and then word comes out via the internet, not 100% gospel, that the only reason that Pat's involved is because ESPN wants that to help draw more views.
Yeah.
Really, though? You could have gone in a better direction.
They could have.
Why the hell didn't y'all go with Dwayne? Why didn't you use The Rock? It would have made perfect sense. It would have made perfect sense because we still have, again, another storyline that WWE probably is never going to close. We still have that whole thing between Rock and Cody.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean,
but,
the night after when he did the whole thing, when they shake hands with the watch thing, dude, that it was right there. They could have done that, but obviously, Dwayne don't look like Dwayne no more either.
true.
He's lost a ton of body mass.
Yeah, but I
Could he
think
still bulk up?
No, I think he bulked up a little because he's been doing Jumanji recently, and yeah, he's looking like he's not what he was a year ago, but he's getting up there. So
That's good because
so I think no, that was a good idea. Thinking that they should have had The Rock pull up, but I don't think people
wrestling
want to
fans
see that.
would have seen that as much more logical sense than the guy who hasn't been on
You're
WWE
right.
camera for like 6 months.
You're right. You're totally right. But John Cena's gonna be there. You don't know what type of blood he's gonna bring. He might come
John
out.
Cena, the host of WrestleMania,
He might come try to help Cody, but Randy might get somebody else to help him out. And then, look at this person. You know what I mean? They might do some theatric shit. So I do believe that Randy's going to take it. It's time for him to run wild, and he's a heel. So fuck it. Let's go with it. We're agreeing too much.
I know, it's a little disturbing.
This is not fun for the fans. They want to see controversy. Next one that you picked, I'm going the opposite. Even if I don't, no, I'm lying. I can't do that. I won't lie to them.
All right, so we've survived night 1.
Day 1.
Let's move on to night 2.
Day 2.
On ESPN. Live and free, unless you don't have cable and you gotta watch it on VPN. That's on you. We don't judge. We don't judge. Let's talk about the not so obvious one. Let's talk ladder match. Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match for the first time at WrestleMania in several years.
Yeah.
It is Penta Cero Miedo defending against, listen to this litany of talent. First and foremost, J.D. McDonough, Rusev, who's going to bring a whole different factor into this match because he's just a physical, brute, Machka crush. Dragon Lee, and your boy who's bouncy, Javon Evans, is going to steal this match.
Okay.
I want him. I want him to kind of win, but I really don't think. But I think he will show out. And of course, the final participant, the Hall of Famer, the legend, the former WWE World Heavyweight Intercontinental Tag. The man's done it all.
6.
Rey Mysterio. Ooh. First off, hats off to Rey to healing just in time. So for those of you who did not know, there were rumors that WWE wanted Rey Mysterio to go one-on-one at WrestleMania against Gunther. And they wanted Gunther to continue his career killer gimmick and end Rey's career.
Wow.
And Rey's like, yeah, nah, not happening. Oh, I'm still hurt from that table bump I took a few months back. I'm gonna need some more time to heal up.
Yeah.
And because Ray's said this for years now, even before Dirty Dom became Dirty Dom, that he envisions his career ending in the ring with his son. Yeah. Gimmick match, who knows what? It hasn't been decided, but he wants Dominic to end his career. Yeah. So all of a sudden, we now have Gunther and Seth Rollins on the show. Oh, here's Rey Mysterio, and I've just been added to the ladder match. Really?
Oh man. Can I go first with this?
Please.
I think it was Randy. Not Randy. I think Rey it's overdose. I don't think we needed him. We had all these high-flying people, and then you have Rusev, this big fucking boulder. He's going to be tossing all these motherfuckers just... He's going to do that, and all these motherfuckers going to start jumping off ropes and being entertaining. We don't need an older version of these guys. Now, I get it. You want to give him respect. You know, you want to give him his WrestleMania, because this is going to be a very good match. Damn near great. I have to watch it to see it to title it great, but it's gonna be a very good match. And I don't think Rey adding to it is gonna make it great before it happens. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as much as I love absolutely to death to watch Rey Mysterio in that ring, I don't think this match needed him. Yeah. But it's just the idea. It's an extra body, because really most ladder matches, when they've happened on a big stage like this, it's always been 6 or even 7 guys. Because, you know what I would love, and I saw this, somebody posted this on a news board, and I agree, probably not going to happen. But someone was like, you know what would make the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal actually mean something? The winner of the Battle Royal gets added to the ladder match, making it 7 guys. Ooh.
They might be
That
listening.
could be good. That
They
could be
might
interesting.
Be listening to you.
Like,
They might be listening to all yeah.
I want a piece of the money if that happens.
Oh.
I want my promoter money. I will say this. Rusev is the X factor in this match because he's not a high flyer. He's just a down and dirty brawler. I'm gonna smash mouth. I'm gonna beat the snot out of you and do it with a smile on my face while he hits you with a Machka kick. Ooh, but I'm gonna go prediction and dark horse prediction. My prediction.
I was like, I got 2.
My prediction is that Penta will retain the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
Okay.
My dark horse to walk out with it, J.D. McDonough.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you.
I think it's Javon. I would give him another month or 2, and then I would start making him like. I guarantee you're going to see Javon. He's going to qualify for Money in the Bank. That's another ladder match, and you're going to see him.
Sure.
So you know they're going to do that to this poor kid.
True.
Because he's bouncy. He's flexible. He will heal quickly from these crazy ass ladder and table spots.
Yes.
But only reason I go dark horse with JD is because I think it would help more momentum for Judgment Day.
Okay.
On the heels of Liv winning, and something that could possibly be happening in another match.
So he's piggybacking what I said earlier with put a title on everybody in Judgment Day.
I'm not disagreeing. I didn't disagree with you. I thought, listen, it's been a hot minute since we had a faction like Evolution where they had all the titles. I think they should have done that with
we did
Judgment
that with,
Day.
they did that with Roman and them. They did that recently.
Yeah.
But so I believe Penta's going to retain, and Javon is my dark horse.
Javon, okay.
Rusev is going to just be there just to push the ladder, and somebody's going to fall from like the 80-foot ladder into the crowd type shit. That's what's going to happen. That's what he's there for, to push heavy shit. And
how many table spots? How many people are going through tables in this match?
Oh, Javon's probably going to go through 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking I think at least 2 people are taking table spots. And Javon, unfortunately, might be one of them.
Javon's definitely going through 2. I don't think Ray's going to go through any. Rusev is going to go through 1. And it's not going to be a high one either. It's not going to be one from the top of the ladder. I wouldn't be from like.
So he's going to charge somebody, and they're gonna trip him, and he's going to basically wind up spearing himself into a table. I think.
Something like that. Who else? I don't know if JD's gonna. JD look like he's gonna be the one. If he does win in your prediction, he has to put somebody through a table for the crowd to go crazy, and then he just walks up.
Yeah. He would have to find a way. As anybody who's gonna retain in a ladder match, you got to be that. It's got to be that moment where everybody is broken and buried under something.
Yeah.
And oh, good, nobody's around to stop me, and then you can drag your broken ass up the ladder to win the title. One rung at a time. Slowest ladder climb. It's the worst. I mean, the only person who ever had a legit reason to be slow on a ladder was R-Truth. He was afraid of heights.
Oh, shit. Yeah, him and Montez both. That's why Montez, I can't believe him 100%. He said, yeah, that's why when I jump so high, because I'm afraid of height and I'm trying to jump out the screen. Some dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's like, Montez, your stupid ass down with that stupid answer. But go ahead. Who we got next?
The final free match on ESPN before the kickoff of the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, premium live event. Accompanied by his advocate, Paul Heyman.
God damn it.
The Beast incarnate, the Conqueror, the 1 in 21 and 1, Brock Lesnar, going one-on-one with the ruler, Oba Femi. And I love the interview he did with Stephanie about how he basically does his strut to the ring is an homage to the Nature Boy Ric Flair's strut. I was like, okay.
Wow.
He said it's just a lot more shoulders.
Yeah.
But ooh, this match will not be long. If this match, I think if this match goes 11 minutes, I will be impressed. I think this is just going to be smash mouth, two guys. Think back, not in length, but think back a few years ago overseas when you had Sheamus and Gunther going one-on-one when Sheamus was chasing the Intercontinental Championship, and the two of them just absolutely beat the tar out of each other. Granted, they could go. Great cardio on both guys. Yeah. I'm not saying Brock and that Obi don't have great cardio. We've never seen Oba tested, though. We don't know what his tank can do. Can he go 20, 15, 18, 25 minutes? We will at some point because somebody's going to drag him into deep water.
Yeah, for sure.
Brock, we do know, but it's got to be a certain pace for Brock to do that. Oba is power, power, power. Did I mention power?
No, you didn't.
Power.
Wow.
You know what Brock is?
What?
Suplex City, bitch. And power. And power. These two guys are just going to beat the tar out of each other. And it literally is going to, in my opinion, it's going to be the guy who makes one mistake. And that's what's going to come down to. One mistake. And I believe it's the fall from grace. Oba's winning. Oba's winning.
God. All right. We can end the show right now.
The only reason I'm not picking Brock is Brock, I believe, is on the tail end of his career in WWE. I think this might be, even though it's never been publicly addressed, I think this might be his last year in the business. I think so. As on his way out, he's going to do good business. So he's going to put Oba over, and then I would have to guess it's probably going to be at SummerSlam in a minute. And as I'm saying it now, I'm realizing, this is going to be even bigger. It's going to be Gunther ending the career of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in Minnesota, his home state.
Yep.
So, Brock will probably get another one-on-one match between then and there.
Yeah.
And he'll get a couple wins along the way, probably at a PLE, maybe overseas. Because I could definitely see him going overseas during the European tour and picking up a big win somewhere. Yeah, I think they're doing Clash in Italy, this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if Brock's on the card there and gets a W there. Yeah, maybe even a rematch against Oba and gets his dub back there.
That would be amazing.
For WrestleMania for this year, the ruler.
Fuck. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie. Because I know Oba's going to win. And I was telling you when we spoke about a couple weeks ago when that first was announced, I was like, yo, bro, if this was fucking Vince McMahon's era, he wouldn't have allowed Oba to, look at Brock, put his foot on him type shit, disrespect him. He's like, no. Vince would have never allowed that shit.
Vince wouldn't have allowed it, but the only reason it happened in that initial interaction between them is because Brock told him to.
Possibly.
Yeah. So even if Vince was still running things, when Oba goes through the curtain and if the minute Vince would have said anything, and Oba's response is, Brock told me to.
True.
Oh. Nah. And he's going to, And he's going to shut up, and he's going to wait for Brock to come back and go, why'd you tell him to do that? And he will explain why, and Vince will have nothing else to say because he's going to know Brock was right.
True. And, another thing, too, if Vince was here, I don't think any of this would be happening. LA Knight would have still been the fucking...
Oh, yeah, it would have been an LA Knight in that spot.
But... So I say that to say this. Brock is going to win. Oba's really going to win. Brock is going to win. Brock is going to win. And then Gunther's going to come out and get ready to challenge him for SummerSlam. Is that going to happen? No, but it sounds good in this weirdest fantasy you could ever think of.
It could be an interesting setup. Jesus, they set up Rock and Cena for a whole year, twice, once in a lifetime,
twice.
Bastards. Yeah. All right, let's move on down the card. A match I'm thrilled for.
Whoa!
But why did you leak this already? You should have saved the surprise for the night of. But it's the Demon Finn Balor one-on-one with Dirty Dom. Why Why did they make it already? Oh, it's going to be the demon. No. You could have teased, just talk of the, let him tease the talk and still announce it as Finn versus Dom, Finn, Dom. And then you cut this great vignette and you air it right before Finn comes out, and he obviously then comes out and shows I'm the demon, and the crowd would have lost their collective crap.
I get that. I think they don't care. They just feel like this is so big, it doesn't matter what we tell you. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're still going to draw. You're just going to watch anyway. Well, no kidding.
Yeah.
But I think for the surprise factor, I think it would have been much better.
Yeah,
now, as for my little tease drop earlier, do you remember on Raw how, in fact, it was the night Stephanie gave them both noogies on their foreheads, how Liv was talking to Roxanne about how, listen, I know Finn brought you in the Judgment Day while I was gone, blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure you understand how everything, and then Stephanie ran in. We got no response from that. I don't know if they're besties or BFFs, character-wise, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Roxanne Perez turn on the Judgment Day and help Finn get the win. Even though his demon character really shouldn't need the win, Judgment Day's still running in. JD, even broken from that ladder match, is going to hobble his ass down there. Yeah, Raquel's going to interfere. And I wouldn't be, like I said, it'll be probably, if JD really can't go because of the ladder match, it'll definitely be Raquel and Roxanne. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's the point of having that faction. You feel me? And I wouldn't be surprised if Liv comes out too. You know
Liv, Liv could even come out
Liv
too.
Liv could do some simple shit like give the chair to him or something simple. You know what I mean? First, she won't.
Hi, Daddy Dom.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, especially that's a day removed from her match, right?
Correct. It is.
So, she has enough time to recover, smoke, make love to her real husband, and then, go help Dom out. So, I think Finn is going to have to win.
It has to be Finn.
Because you cannot leave change into the demon, then lose to Dom.
Yeah. Listen, love him to death. Dom has gotten so much better. Character development, his in-ring, so much better than when he first broke in during the pandemic. Yeah. I mean, it's been 6 years, Jesus Christ. But, he should not be winning this match.
Yeah, no.
The only way he wins this is if he ties bull ropes around Finn's legs and prevents him from kicking out. Dom's eating the big L on this one.
Okay, we got another agreement. Matter of fact, I got to do a live one. Dom is going to win. Reason why Dom is going to win because the demon is it's going to be like the pandemic. The real Finn is going to come out and then attack the demon. Like, no, you should not go against the Judgment Day. Come on, No, that's not going to happen.
When it's smoke and mirrors?
Yeah. That's not going to happen. What the match
The rest of night 2 is nothing but championships. And let's talk about it.
Let's talk about WrestleMania.
Let's talk about Trick Willie and his lemon pepper steppers challenging Sami Zayn for the United States Championship.
I think we're going to agree again.
Love Sami to death. I am a huge Sami Zayn fan. The only reason I think he's losing is because WWE wants to do a double turn. Trick Williams is stupid over with the crowd.
Yes.
The minute his music starts, the crowd pops. He's the bad guy in this, though. Yes. But they can't help but not love him. Little Yachty, really?
Hey, he's a Pat McAfee. He has a big following. He's useless there. You gotta remember, Offset was there like a month ago with Javon. Why? Don't know.
I know. But, he's retardedly over. There's no one denying that. Trick is the moment right now. He's one of the it guys. Trick Williams will be walking out as the new United States champion. And this will be the beginning of a major heel run. I don't know if I want to use the full term as a heel or maybe a tweener run for Sammy, but he's definitely going to have heel-ish tendencies. He might go full heel at some point after WrestleMania, but I will document this now and putting it in the ether. Ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn, after becoming a good guy again, sometime near the end of the year, is going to win the Royal Rumble next year and go on to challenge whomever is holding the WWE Championship at next year's WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Now, granted, obviously, with the way the world is right now, that could change.
Yes.
If we are not in Saudi Arabia next year, WWE might not go in the same direction. I don't know. They're still in talks trying to figure shit out.
Yes.
But I'm almost positive that if they do, in fact, stay in Saudi Arabia, I think Sami walks out finally winning the world title, finally winning his big one. It might not be a long run. He may get a 3 or 4 PLE run out of him for it, but they're going to put the belt on Sami.
Okay. Now, one thing, y'all don't know this guy like I know this guy. He had this prediction a year ago that Sami was going to win the Royal Rumble, this Royal Rumble, which he lost.
No, I did not say he was winning this year. I said he was going to win the Royal Rumble the year of. I did not say he was going to win this past one.
Okay, so I
That's okay.
I apologize.
No,
So then he foreseen this one, the one that's coming up. All right,
Correct.
cool.
Because
so
the reason I'm saying that one is because they had already announced that WrestleMania next year
okay, so I
would be in Saudi Arabia.
I will backtrack my statement. So I will give you that I'm lying again. Sami Zayn is gonna win. Reason why Sami Zayn is gonna win? Cause he's that good.
He
And
is.
then after he beats him, Trick is gonna get helped by Mello.
And
and
you know why
then-
Melo's going to help?
Why?
Because Melo don't miss.
So Melo's gonna help him out, and then they're gonna become this faction. Melo might go completely heel, and they might get a third person, and they become a great faction and being heels. But I don't think that's gonna happen. It just sounds good as I said. But I do believe Trick is gonna win. Can Melo go help Trick because he's upset at Sami? And
That
that's
would be
how
interesting.
he wins. And then Melo goes back to being heel.
Well, I don't think Melo goes back to heel at all. I think first of all, Melo was a heel leading into his winning the United States Championship, and it was through his chase of the championship of Ilya Dragunov that the fans really started to think, oh my God, he really is Melo don't miss. He's good, he's talented, this, that, and the other. And through the great run, 7 or 8, maybe even 10 title defenses as U.S. champion, the fans responded. A lot of heart, a lot of passion. He's a great wrestler, great talent. I would not be surprised if he does wind up costing Sami the match. As much as he doesn't want to help Trick, because him and Trick have a big history, but this gives Sami a post-WrestleMania feud that would lead to Melo becoming #1 contender again for the United States Championship, and that might be where perhaps they flip it back, because I can't see Trick as a good guy against Carmelo as a good guy. The fans are going to want to boo somebody.
Yeah.
Will it be Melo? I hope not, but it could be.
But that's the wild edition. But nah, we both have Trick winning. No ifs, ands, or buts. Sami just got the title just to give it to him.
Yeah, I think the WWE has. I think they had bigger plans if Trick hadn't gained so much fan popularity. I think if Trick was still the bad guy, still the heel, and Carmelo was the face, then Carmelo probably would have retained, beating Sami. And either one of two things happened. We would have gotten Melo and Trick one-on-one, or it would have been the triple threat match, which really should still have happened. And then there you get probably Trick getting his moment, winning the United States Championship, but possibly pinning Sami, leaving Melo still looking strong as the unfortunately defeated champion. But like I said, with so much hoopla and fan love for Trick, yeah, I think they had to pull the trigger on that switch.
Listen, like I said, Triple H, we see his mind wandering on the fly every day, like the New Day. What the fuck is he doing with these monkeys? It pisses me off every 5 seconds. I just seen Kofi do a fucking ESPN cut. I'm like, aren't you a heel? Why are you doing an ESPN cut? Unless they're trying to sell to black people. Hey, listen, black guy, they don't know that they don't even watch wrestling. Just go tell them to watch ESPN because that's what it looked like. I'm like, when Javon did the promo and R-Truth, another person they dropped the ball with. They turned him heel, made him cut his hair, unless he wanted to get cut his hair himself. He was probably tired of it. Made him cut his hair and said his name is Ron Killings. Then you bring him back to R-Truth, this goofy black guy.
I think part of the reversion back to his old character
in 3 weeks.
Yeah, in a short was because of the Cena face flip, because they knew that they had dropped the ball with that whole Cena heel turn. I've said this to you. If they were going to have Cena turn heel, it should have happened in the match with Cody at WrestleMania. He realizes late in the match, listen, I don't know how to beat Cody. He keeps kicking out of everything. Oh, I just hit with like 1,600 AA attitude adjustment. He's still kicking out.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a ref bump. Then Cena kicks him in the balls.
Yeah.
Then he gets that last AA and wins the title, and the crowd goes, what? That's when you should have turned heel. And then he cuts some ridiculously crazy promo on Raw the following night. That's how it should have been done. Not the way it happened with
Travis
with
Scott, The Rock.
No, it was just bad all around, bad ideas. But at the same time, they expected a longer payoff with everybody involved. But obviously, Dwayne's movie schedule, took precedent. Travis Scott became unworkable with WWE to the part where they had to cut. They not formally cut ties, but like, yeah, no, we're done with you. You'll be on the back burner forever.
Yeah, because I don't think he was supposed to hit Cody that hard. That's why.
Well, no, it's just they wanted him to. Well, I think they wanted him to make other appearances and do stuff, and he's like, yeah, nah.
Oh, I thought it was because that Cody. Because Cody was like, nigga, I'm really gonna fuck this nigga up.
Oh yeah, Cody was not too happy, but he's been interviewed. Like, I think if you go back to his interview with Taker, and they talk about the incident, and he's like, was he overly enthusiastic? Yeah, but I mean, he gave the usual line. This isn't ballet.
Okay.
Guys get hurt. I mean, he wasn't thrilled with it, obviously, but
he wanted his receipt.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does, and I think down the road he will get to give him his receipt.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's so yeah, that's the match. What match are we talking about?
That was Trick and Sammy.
Yeah, so that was my imagination. Wonder why we got totally off topic, but shouts out to Triple H for dropping the ball on Ron Killings and the motherfucking New Day. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing with them.
Well, again, they got no storyline for them because Xavier's healing. They have nothing to do with him. Right now, they got this thing, it seemingly where Kofi was trying to recruit Javon into the New Day. And then Grayson Waller's like, but what about me? I've been trying to be a New Day member for months now. Yeah. So they got this little tete-a-tete thing going. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to wind up I think it's going to wind up resulting in Kofi and Grayson Waller splitting up. Kofi more than likely turning face. To feud with him, which means the New Day are going back to be faces when Xavier comes back. And they're going to have to find some really, really, really great promo from Xavier and Kofi looking at the camera going, hey, Big E, our bad. We dropped the ball. Because they're going to have to. They're going to if they do wind up converting them back to being good guys, they're going to have to perform the mea culpa with Big E, and we were dumb.
Nah, for sure. You know what it was? What's that fucking guy? He's in another one. I think it's that big motherfucker. He was about to be New Day. He was New Day.
Oh, Odyssey.
Man, he's in some other company, and he's doing good. He's like in a 4-man faction. He's doing amazing. And
Well, that's unfortunately WWE had to cover their ass because at the time there was some type of charges that were potentially being brought against him,
Yes.
and they didn't want, no, you can't have anybody associated with that involved with the company, so they wound up letting him go. And literally, I think like 2 months later, barely that long, the judge wound up dismissing all the charges.
Yeah.
So WWE kind of looks bad for not trusting him, and that he would have been found innocent. They could have just pulled him off camera. They could have just put him,
True.
I mean, not for nothing. Brock was involved in potentially,
I was gonna
theoretically,
say
a
that.
lot worse stuff,
I was
and
gonna say
and all you did was pay him and keep him off camera. They could have kept Odyssey off camera.
Yeah.
Odyssey would have been an amazing new member of the New Day, but he was a very lovable kind of character. So I don't know if they really would have made sense as a heel.
No, but this is before.
But I think, yeah, like I said, if they still would have gone that route, 'cause remember Biggie was gone,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think they would have wound up having to kick out Odyssey anyway, because I think they still would have gone the heel route.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think they went heel because they had nothing else to do with them, and you gotta remember that's when WWE everyone was turning heel.
That's true.
Everyone was turning heel at that point, and if the New Day was shining, I don't think they would have made them turn heel. They'll be like, "Oh, y'all niggas is doing good, man. Y'all good," because that's what I don't think he was gonna turn heel. I don't think he's gonna turn heel.
See, we can disagree on something.
So next match.
Championship match for the women's WWE Championship.
Oh, God,
Your girl, Dabish,
that bitch.
Jade Cargill, most likely accompanied to the ring by B-Fab and Michin,
Yes.
defends her championship against the Eradicator, everybody's favorite mommy, Rhea Bloody Ripley, who probably might be accompanied by Io,
Yes.
but I think more likely Io might do a run-in
Okay.
when the baddies try to get involved to save Jade.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be an extra run-in.
Ooh. Did you get that from a source or you feel?
I have read it online from a number of places, even though she is not medically cleared to get in the ring. But they could see it happening.
Oh, don't say it.
And if there is a third person or second person running into us to balance everything out to help Rhea Ripley become the WWE Women's Champion, it will be the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. And it perfectly makes sense how she was betrayed by Jade.
Yeah. No, that just made sense. Once you said there might be a third person, I was like,
Because it makes, I mean, she's still healing. Her finger is still all kind of effed up. But I mean, they can put her in like some kind of protective little brace thing.
Yeah.
And she can not use that hand when she smacks some bitches up.
Yeah.
Or just tail whips her
Real
hair,
quick.
everybody.
real quick
Yeah.
shit.
Now, there is an offsetting factor on this, but I don't know if WWE's going to pull the trigger on this.
It's a lot of twists.
Now, if you remember, we were talking before about the women's tag team title match, and if the Bellas aren't involved, Kabuki Warriors are going to be involved.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, during promos on Raw, Asuka's been talking a lot of shit about Io and how, I need to basically smack you around and remind you why I am senpai and you are nothing.
Yeah.
So they were intending to do Io and Asuka at WrestleMania, but they didn't announce it because they don't know what's going on with Nikki's injury. And if they have to put the Kabuki Warriors in there,
You don't want them to fight 2
Correct.
days in a
You don't
row.
want- so- I would not be surprised if Jade does retain, which is not my prediction. But if Jade does predict,
I was about to say.
if she does retain, it will be because Asuka runs in and prevents Io from helping Rhea. She is not family. That will be Asuka's reasoning, and that will be why Jade retains. But I don't think she's going to. I think Rhea walks out as WWE Women's Champion.
Yes, and I can agree. I don't want Rhea. I love Rhea. Rhea is, to me, my underdog. She's my favorite female wrestler of this era. But I don't want her to win. But I think she's going to win just because, I seen something on social media that she won like every title match in WrestleMania. She's like the Undertaker for the females. So I'm looking like, not Jade gonna lose her title this quickly.
Well, no, Rhea lost at WrestleMania a couple years ago when it was a triple threat with when Bianca got hurt.
Well, that's a triple. That's not.
Yeah,
the
no, it's
same.
not one-on-one. I think in one-on-one matches, I don't think Rhea has lost.
So that's what I'm saying. And to me, I've been telling you that Jade should have been got the title, but she does have it, and I think they need to keep it on her and then give her faction the women's tag team title and let them be these powerful black women that should have been greater. So I believe I'm going with, fuck it. You said
I went with Rhea.
I'm going with Jade. Fuck it. All right. Fuck what the internet said. I'm going with Jade. Get that W for me. Don't make me look bad. Come on.
I'm actually really surprised. I got really consider how many times we've talked about Rhea and Jade and Jade in the business as well. I really expected you to come in here and go, oh, Jade's retaining, and this is why, and this is why. I'm like, okay. I will say this much. This will most likely be probably one of Jade's best one-on-one matches. I think Rhea is going to be able to walk her through this, work on help her, time the spots out, and Rhea has the ability to make her opponents look very good and very dominant. And I think this probably might be one of Jade's best matches we're ever going to see out of her in a losing effort, in my opinion. But I'm just saying.
Man, listen, I believe it's going to be. They're two powerful women. Granted, they both weigh like the same amount of weight, so they're not like picking up Nia Jax. But I believe that their strength and their talent is going to be so amazing on film. And like I said, these other people are going to have to add themselves into it to make it go over the top. So we're going to see who these people that's going to, as we call it, run in.
Your run-ins. It's time, folks. We have hit the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania for the World's Heavyweight Championship. The OTC. Roman Reigns challenges. And let me backtrack a sec. Roman Reigns, the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble. Got to give him some flowers for that.
Don't know why he won it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever. Company's
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. He is challenging the voice of the voiceless. The best in the world. Best in the world. The reigning and defending World's Heavyweight Champion, main eventing his second WrestleMania, CM Punk. There's a lot of interesting things that have gone on in the build-up to this. Punk has said a lot of really things.
Okay.
So has Roman.
Oh, yeah.
They both, the promos have been spectacular. Just the fire. Pump drops yet his second pipe bomb. Not as good as the first one from back in the day, but dropped an amazing pipe bomb 2 Mondays ago. So if there is, in fact, any appearance from any bloodline member, I don't care who it is.
Okay.
Roman is going to recapture the championship. He's going to win the World's Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, yes.
If there's no interference, if it's straight one-on-one, no nothing, my heart wants CM Punk to win. I really want Punk to win. I'm a very big Punk fan. I've been following him since 2003. But my gut is telling me that Roman Reigns is going to capture the World's Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. God, I hate saying that.
Yes.
Because they're both just at the top of the game. Neither guy needs the belt. Roman especially. He doesn't need the title.
There you go.
He's so over.
Mm-hmm.
Because like right now, look at he wins the title. Who's he feud with? I mean, okay, Punk gets the rematch at Backlash. That's already a given. Or Roman gets the rematch at Backlash. One way or the other. It's going to be Punk Roman at Backlash in St. Louis in May. That's a given already. But what's next? Who from the company's stepping up? The only person I see stepping up, if Roman has the gold, is going to make a lot of Bloodline members not happy.
Oh.
It's going to be L.A. Knight.
Oh.
I don't. But who else? Who else on the
Braun
roster?
when he comes back.
Braun?
Braun Breaker.
Braun's going to be viewed. Braun's going to be too busy. And I mean a sustained storyline. Braun's going to be too busy pounding the crap out of fucking Seth Rollins.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah. What I do see, but again, I Braun is going to be shooting with Seth because they have to settle this. I mean, he put Seth Rollins on the shelf, even though
Steph
for
did
story
himself,
purposes.
yes.
Steph did it himself when he went for
Yes.
that coast to coast
Yes.
on Cody in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they just had to write him off and okay, we're going to do it this way.
Yeah.
So I think what happens is we already have the Vision holding the tag team titles. When Bronson Reed comes back, I see him being the man to dethrone Penta
Okay. Yes.
for the Intercontinental Championship. That puts 2 titles in the Vision.
Yes.
Breaker goes after Rollins, feuds with him. He'll start feuding with Punk again because they had a little thing going tete-a-tete verbally.
Yeah.
He'll go through him. Roman will deal with Knight for a couple months. Knight, I'm also going on a limb here. I believe L.A. Knight, is going to win Money in the Bank. I think Knight wins Money in the Bank finally, and then he can cash in anytime, any place, on anybody. And he will probably cash it in on Roman because, F the Bloodline as far as he's concerned. But in the meantime, once Braun's done with Rollins and Punk, I would not be surprised if we do get Braun and Roman. And then we might get Braun Breaker fulfilling his destiny and finally becoming the world champion. And that would make the division very, very powerful. And Seth Rollins is very fucking mad.
See, I like your prediction, but that's going to take way too long.
Oh, no, of course it. I mean, listen.
I don't think the Vision can hold that many titles for that long. Honestly, I believe it should be much quicker. When are they even scheduled to come back?
Who? Braun and Bronson?
Yeah.
As far as Braun goes, last I had seen in a couple news reports, it could be any day now. It could have already happened, and hence the run-in appearance at WrestleMania to cost Seth the match against Gunther. It could happen the night after. While Seth's out here licking his wounds, pissed off about losing to Gunther, Braun comes in and just absolutely annihilates him, and it's like, I'm back, bish.
True.
Bronson Reed, I think it's a little longer, but I would say he might be back for Money in the Bank. So that's like June, July-ish.
So we got a couple.
So,
months.
listen, I don't see it as a problem as having the whole Vision as a faction holding titles for a little while, because who's the tag team division on Monday night? Yeah, exactly. You can't think of one team. It's not the Judgment Day. There's only 2 guys. And Finn's out. You got Dirty Dom worried more about his AAA Mega Championship, and it's JD.
Yeah.
There's no other guys in the Judgment Day, so unless they would go and recruit somebody else, although JD and Dominic could be an interesting tag team. Okay, so you got that.
The Street Profits still lingering.
Street Profits, we don't know what the hell's going on with this. Well, I know part of it is they're trying to get what's his face, Montez Ford to back him look like what he used to look like, that big, because I saw pictures of him from a couple house shows and, whew,
I think
he blew up thick.
I don't know if it was a gut thing, like he just sticked out his gut. I don't know. It was just
No, he was. I know. He's thick. He's not quite double C thick.
Oh shit.
Like remember when Randy first came back a couple years back, and he was you're like, whoa, Randy bulked up, but it was still a lot of musculature. Yeah, he's like that, but not as much musculature to him. Yeah. Like he's not fat, but it's just like, ooh, what happened, bro? I know you're home taking care of wifey. I get it. You got the wife you cook, but bro, what happened to you? But yeah, profits are in the wind. New Day up in the air.
Yeah, there's not that much.
You got the Usos. There's no tag teams on Monday night right now.
And that's so weird. They kept crying, oh, there was no tag team at SmackDown. Now look, there's nobody on Raw.
Now you get everybody's doing their thing on SmackDown, and Raw's got the weak tag team division now. Now, again, that's also why I think we're going to wind up getting a draft at some point, so we can move some of these teams around. Like, I would not be surprised, and I would think it would elevate the division if the Motor City Machine Guns wind up moving to Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Because there's so many people over there.
Because they're so heavy on, so tag team heavy over there. And, tomorrow night we're supposed to finally, thank God, get the end of the whole feud between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six.
Oh, yeah, that should have been over after like 2-3 matches. That's just stupid.
6 months later.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, come on.
It was corny.
But it's supposed to end in this 8-man tag team clusterfuck tomorrow.
It's a clusterfuck.
So we'll see what happens there.
So,
but the tag team division on SmackDown is much deeper.
oh yeah, for sure.
You got Umberto and the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting his name.
Yeah, some guy I know you're talking about.
You got the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
The MFTs, the Wyatts.
Mm-hmm.
When they come back, we'll have the Profits, because Profits were last on SmackDown. So that's six teams right there.
Yeah.
You could definitely take 2 of them and ship them off to Monday night.
Yeah.
And in exchange, just grab ship a couple singles guys to strengthen the singles division, which is already a strong division, but you could have more bodies to go up against Trick when he's United States champion.
Yeah, and 2, fucking DIY. I don't know what's going on with
well, no, there's
Johnny.
the DIY is dead on arrival because Tommaso's in AEW. Oh, hi, where have you been? Dude, Tommaso Ciampa didn't renew. He got let go. And that's what started this whole planking Johnny Gargano thing. That's why he's depressed, because his best friend's gone. And, dude, his first match in AEW, Tommaso Ciampa won the TNT Championship from Mark Briscoe. Wow. And then literally 4 defenses later, he dropped the belt to Kyle Fletcher. And Kyle just had to vacate the title because he tore something in his ankle, and he's going to be out for a hot minute.
Oh yeah.
And they just put the TNT title on. Dang it, I am drawing a blank. I just watched that on the pay-per-view. Who the heck was it? Dang. Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight, and I can't wait for WWE when they get his hands on him when his contract he finally decides not to renew at AEW. He is insanely talented in that ring. I would love to see him in WWE doing his thing. Same with Speedball Mike Bailey. Speedball is so talented. So talented. But I do want to say one thing, and I think we'd be remiss to not discuss it. This past Wednesday night, AEW pulled a major trigger in a title change that was very reminiscent on what WWE did in January of 1999 when the WWE put the World Championship on Mick Foley. No one expected Mick Foley to ever be a world champion. Not one person, certainly not when he was working for WCW. Because he was a B-level wrestler. He was a glorified stuntman. He was accused of being. He was always the guy that put other people over. He put a great matches, but always put somebody else over. But WWE saw it, and they knew they had something going, and they put the WWE Championship on him in a clusterfuck of a match involving DX, the Corporation, and Stone Cold Steve Austin for one of the loudest pops I have ever seen on television when he came out and drilled that chair over to Rock's head, and he went down like a sack of potatoes. Mm-hmm. There's a guy in AEW, same thing. He's literally this big. He's about $185 soaking wet with 2 bricks in his pocket. Heart and soul of AEW. He's taken more crazy sick bumps than anyone else in the company. The man climbed Mount Everest and put a flag up about all elite wrestling. Wow. And on Wednesday night, he climbed AEW's mountaintop. He had defeated Andrade El Idolo at Dynasty on the pay-per-view this past Sunday and flipped right around, cashed in his opportunity when he was declared #1 contender, challenged in his home state, some city of Seattle, Washington, and in a match that basically could be considered a glorified squash. 2 nut shots, 1 for each guy, 4 coffin drops, and the infamous side headlock takeover pin cradle. Darby Allin is the new AEW World Champion. Props to Darby. I've seen a ton of his matches. He again, if you watch old Mick Foley matches, and it's like dude, how is Mick Foley still alive after all the crazy, sick bumps he's taken in his career? Darby Allin the same way, just magnified 1,000-fold, rolling down steel steps, no bumping protection, no just straight skin, backdrop onto the ring steps, and it was almost worse than the bump that Drew McIntyre took in his Hell in a Cell match against Punk on the steps when he went to Claymore and missed.
Yeah.
Darby has taken so many crazy bumps, but he is the heart and soul of all elite wrestling, and I could not be happier for him to be the world champion now. Do I foresee him having a long run? Probably not, but listen, 6 months, and the fans would be very happy for a 6-month run, and I think the rest of the fans of the business would be too. God bless that. And I caught that back. I had a pool league on Wednesday night, and I missed it, but I'm like, it'll be on TikTok. It'll be on TikTok. What? Bro, I was freaking out. The whole match, like literally AEW on their YouTube, they released the whole match.
Oh, yeah.
From intro to championship.
Wow.
And of course, for nostalgia reasons, Darby's mentor and his former tag team partner, Sting, made an appearance backstage, built him up, gave him a little pep talk, and came out and celebrated with him and many of the other talent, including Brody King. And props to Brody King, because Brody and Darby had a massive feud about a year and a half ago, and he threw Darby around like a rag doll. But Brody was one of the first ones out there to give Darby his props when he won the title. So listen, hats off to him as a wrestling fan. He definitely deserved it, and I hope he has a fun run.
Man, now we're talking about. Now you said something about the new folks. You see, what's that guy that comes in? You're cursed.
So, I'm gonna bring this up. I was debating on talking about it Friday night, of course. SmackDown. One of the things taking place on SmackDown before WrestleMania, and has become the tradition the last few years, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Regrettably, the championship has the title of Battle Royal winner for Andre. It carries no levity. It has no weight to it. We talked about it earlier. Rumor is that they maybe give the winner a shot in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. That'd be cool. More than likely not going to happen. What I would love to see happen, just because they've been done so much crazy stuff with Danhausen since he's come to WWE, I'd like to see Danhausen win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Because it's just more goofy shit. You add onto his resume, onto his play with WWE. I mean, he's walking around. You are cursed. He curses. He curses. Kit Wilson. This little sparkle of pyro goes off behind him. He loses his footing, drops, winds up getting pinned. It's just like, how crazy and goofy is that? Goofy wrestling for life. Shout out to Simon Miller with What Culture Wrestling. I think it would be hysterical, and I think it would just add to the mystique of the Danhausen character if he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
And listen, and WWE, if you don't do it, remember, you are cursed.
Shit, no. To me, the favorite thing that he did was that match. That thing, it was like the Miz. He cursed the referee, and the referee was like,
well, he went to curse the Miz when they had a tag team title shot 2 weeks ago on Raw, and he pulled the referee in front of him. Yeah. The referee's like 1, 2, and he's like, oh, my shoulder, and then they shoot a video backstage after the show ends. And they show Danhausen, you got to take this curse off me. He's like, oh yeah, I didn't mean to curse you, so yeah, you're uncursed. And like in seconds, he's like, oh my God, I feel better. It's like, oh my God. And the great thing is the referee, his name's Dan Engler. Okay. He has a TikTok. Yeah. And he talked about it with his kids. Like, oh my God, I had the craziest week. I had this happen. Then I got cursed by Danhausen. They show what happened. Yeah. And then Danhausen uncursed me. And now everything good's happened. And he's walking with his kid. He's like, look, kid, I found $20 in my mailbox. It's just so goofy. And that is the one thing that at times pro wrestling does need. As Simon Miller always talks about, you need goofy stuff in wrestling. Goofy wrestling for life. Yeah. But again, shout out to Simon Miller over at What Culture Wrestling and his reviews. And
what was that guy that they just pulled from AEW? I forgot his name. He's the big Jack Black guy. I'm drawing a blank on his former AEW name, but he's Royce Keys in WWE right now. He just debuted this past
or 2 Fridays ago.
recently, and when I seen it, I was like, "Oh, I remember that." I was like, "Yeah, that nigga's gonna be a problem."
He is a BMF. I definitely foresee good things for him. Once they get the best possible storyline for his character, I think he's gonna do a lot of things. I can easily see him with a U.S. and or Intercontinental title run, depending what brand he's on.
Yes.
Will he put the big one on him? Depends on how much. Give him time. But yeah, it depends on how his character's trajectory goes. But yeah, Royce Keys, and he's got a great story too. If you ever want to catch his interview with Stephanie on her podcast, talking about his life growing up in Southern California and the gangs and all that nonsense.
Yeah, when she said Southern California, like him, well, I don't think what's the name is from there. Not that he's from San Francisco, but he gangbang, so you know.
Yeah.
Those backgrounds, so it's probably gonna be the same as everybody else. I grew up in a black home with a single mother. Yeah, not saying like it's a bad thing or whatever, but I don't need to watch the interview. I could tell how it goes. But if Vince was here, Vince would have fucked him up. He would have changed his name and everything. Thank God Vince. I don't wish nothing bad on Vince, but you be fucking up matches, you be fucking up characters, and Triple H too is doing that too. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the future with these guys, but please keep wrestling because we're gonna keep doing stuff like this. Jay, I appreciate you coming here and giving your predictions. Matter of fact, I got one more question before we get up out of here.
Powerhouse Hobbs, by the way. I had to look it up because I was like, I know his name at AEW, Powerhouse Hobbs. But yeah, he was Hobbs in AEW, and Royce Keys now in WWE. Fire away. I think I've been wondering, I'm like, when are you gonna drop this other question?
Worst match. Was it WrestleMania or worst match ever? Matter of fact, give me both. I want one of each now because I was going to ask you that. You go. I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first because you're talking worst ever now. I'm like, really got to.
My worst ever match I ever seen was Bianca losing to Becky Lynch in like 12 seconds in SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was.
I'm like, you just came back. I think she just gave birth.
Yeah, it was literally Becky's first match back.
You come back, just give birth. You know, some people, you're weak. You got to take time mentally, all that. You got that, what's that thing? Not a midlife crisis. I forgot when, women, after they have a kid, they have some postpartum depression. You come from all of that, you beat the best. Not a long length match, like 15, 20 minutes, give the fans oh my gosh, so many pop moments. It was just, jaw dropping. I think that shit made people's jaw drop more than Undertaker losing against Brock.
Yeah, I get definitely saw that. I did not see it being a 12-second squash. I'm like, this makes no fucking sense.
At all. That's
These two women are so good.
Yeah.
Why would you do this? But it was done because it knew it would put, like, not just instant heat on Becky, nuclear level heat.
Yeah.
Because fans would have been outraged. How does the man flex her backstage muscles so much to get substituted, added to a title match, and then win in 12 seconds? Yeah, the fans had a right to be pissed off, and they were, and we were.
So, what is yours?
Okay, my worst match of all time. Or we want to do? That was a WrestleMania. No, it was SummerSlam. So worst of all time. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I actually have two for worst all time. Number one, just because it was so ridiculous, the Dog Kennel from Hell match at WWE's pay-per-view Unforgiven 1999, and it was Al Snow versus the Big Boss Man. They were inside Hell in a Cell, and there was a secondary cage around the ring, and there were pit bulls, dogs surrounding the ring. So the guys couldn't leave the ring. It was just horrible. Horrible. My other one tied for worst match of all time just because it was so chaotic and, this is late 80s, me, 16, 18-year-old me was just like, why does this make no damn sense? It was a match from WCW. I didn't get a chance to really look it up, so I'm trying to do it by memory. But it was at a Halloween Havoc. And it was the Hart family, And by Hart family, I refer to Gary Hart, who's the manager at the time,
Okay.
with Abdullah the Butcher, Kevin Sullivan, and like two or three other guys against Sting, the Steiners, and somebody else. It was an 8-man tag. The only way that you could win this match. Did I say Abdullah the Butcher?
Abdullah was there.
The only way you could win this match is take one of your opponents, in this case it was Abdullah the Butcher, and shove him into a chair that was inside a cage, inside a Thunderdome cage. That's what they called it. It was their version of Hell in a Cell, just to give you an idea, because it circled the ring. A secondary cage was lowered, and inside this cage was an electric chair. And the only way to win was get your opponent in the chair, put the little metal hat on him, and throw the lever. And this thing sparked out, and there's Abdullah pretending like he's being executed.
Yeah.
What?
That was...
No.
I gotta go watch.
Yeah,
that
Gary Hart. Abdullah, Kevin Sullivan, Great Muta, and somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was so bad. But now we're talking worst WrestleMania matches.
Yeah.
My worst WrestleMania match, and listen, folks, there's been going to be 42 years of WrestleMania, as we have year 42 coming on us now. 1989, WrestleMania 5 at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. Bobby the Brain Heenan, one of the most recognizable managers and talented managers of that time, going one-on-one with Terry Taylor, affectionately known as the Red Rooster. The Red Rooster background on him is he was just Terry Taylor. He was a journeyman. He just lost everything, every match, all the time. Occasionally he'll get a win here or there, but no, he was enhancement talent, which is the correct term to use. But they found an idea, they found a storyline, and he became the protege under Bobby Heenan and the Bobby Heenan family. They named him the Red Rooster, and he wound up spiking up his hair and dyeing it red, like a plume of hair on a rooster.
Yeah.
Eventually, he turned on Bobby Heenan because he got tired of being pushed around and being, Bobby's punching bag. And every promo he cut from then on was talking about how excited he was to be having. Oh my God. The only good that came out of this is when he was eventually released by WWE, and I don't mean it's a good thing because it's never good to get released. Yes. He did wind up getting released, going to WCW, reinventing himself as Terrence Taylor, and managed and joining the York Foundation. And, of course, the York Foundation leader was a early day Marlena, a.k.a. Terry Runnels. Terry Taylor, when he's in the ring, he can go. He's a very talented pro wrestler, but good Lord in heaven almighty, that Red Rooster character was horrible. And that match with Bobby Heenan, no bueno. No bueno.
Oh, my gosh. You already know mine, but I'll tell y'all. My worst match was during the pandemic, and it was The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. It was... I don't think the dark horse of that one was WrestleMania again during the pandemic. Is John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Both of those two, for what I think the John, I don't know which one was worse. I don't know.
So you
but
got
go ahead.
You got WWE. First of all, you got Undertaker who has already decided that that particular year's WrestleMania is going to be his last one. He's done. They tell him you can pick your opponent. He wants to go one-on-one against AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Great idea. But obviously, Taker's body at the time, really beaten up, really broken down.
Yeah. Doesn't
have much more left in the tank. Company decides, well, we can do this cinema-style match where we shoot it for a few days, and we piece it all together. And, I assume they probably had some people sit down, vision board it.
Yeah.
The whole package. Mm-hmm. Listen. I thought for the nostalgia act, first and foremost, you got Taker coming out as the biker Taker character, one final ride, literally for the dead man, taking on AJ Styles, one more head to be placed on a tombstone. I thought it was very entertaining. It didn't require Taker to do too much physicality.
Yes.
It led to the creation of a great meme where you got AJ Styles feeling all big and bad. You got the white light coming behind him, and then Taker just rises up behind him. It's a great meme image
Yes.
that you could use for whatever you want to talk about.
Yes.
But just the visual and what they did, having the Good Brothers come in and try to help AJ out, failing miserably. Taker one last ride, standing tall. I thought it was a great way for him to end his career. As far as the Cena Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse match, I thought it was a great way for WWE to kind of exorcise some demons by involving John Cena. Cena, night after one of the WrestleManias, talks about how I'm so excited to be here right now. I think I want to do I could do a heel turn. And he put his foot down on his heel and he twisted his ankle left and right. Look, heel turn. Because people were so sick of John Cena being the perennial good guy. They wanted to see John Cena turn heel. A few years later, and it was a complete bust. But that's neither here nor there. We talked about it earlier. But by this way, with Bray Wyatt and the world of Bray Wyatt's Funhouse, it let them just for shits and giggles try these things out. And they put John Cena in the NWO. He looked good in the black and white. He looked good in the black and white with the ball cap. He looked good. And doing the air guitar with the belt. So much crazy. He got to be his old prototype character, which was his character out in California when he first broke into the business, and when he went down up in OVW. It let them just do things with Cena's character they never would have done.
Oh yeah.
If the pandemic never would have happened, none of that would have ever seen the light of day.
Ever.
And the fact that Cena knew well enough, again, last kind of few years of his career, I don't need a win here. And he puts Bray over in the weirdest freaking match ever. Is it everybody's cup of tea? Clearly not. But I for what it was, I thought it was a very entertaining match concept for both matches. Will we see any more cinema style matches?
No.
I don't think so.
Fuck no.
But we don't get those 2 cinema style matches
Yeah.
if we don't have the Hardy Boys doing their cinema style stuff at the Hardy compound when they were in TNA years ago. So, I mean, it worked for them, and the fans responded. That's also probably why they went with that route too, for both those matches. The pandemic didn't help either.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's the pandemic.
The pandemic really didn't help
Yeah.
either.
So, but nah, like I said, I get where you're coming from with that being different. I was just expecting a match because it wasn't that. That was the Kevin Owens versus Roman when he handcuffed him. That was that night. Then it was it Edge and Randy Orton? I think when they re-injured on the ambulance and shit. So I'm expecting a wrestling match. I'm not expecting a fucking. Luke's who's John? Was that John Lucas that does Star Wars and shit? I don't want to see no fucking Spike Lee being fucking directors of this
Spike
shit.
Lee, come out of the Spike Lee joint for
fuck?
WWE.
I want to see these fucking guys doing this shit. I want to see wrestling, promo, talking shit. But you know what? Hey, and shouts out to Bray. They did it that way, and not too long after he died. So I guess that was honestly, it was entertaining, but it's just not what I wanted. It had me confused. But it was, if you think about it, it was entertaining. Because I was looking at it like, yo, look at John going through all this,
these different characters,
these different spans in his life. So I appreciated that. I said, you know what? I accept it as I accept it. I accept it as face value. But
and before I go, you do know they pretty much already set up the main event for Backlash, right?
really? How?
So, SmackDown 2 weeks ago, Cena's out there. Cody's out there, and he's cursing out Pat McAfee. You suck, stink on ice. List that and a third, and he's about to. He wants to beat the snot out of him. Yeah. And then he starts to leave the ring, and Pat starts talking crap about him, and he's like, you know what the hell it is? He comes out of his shirt, and he pulls off his tie, and he starts to get in the ring, and there's Randy on the Jumbotron. Hey, before you go doing that, maybe you should worry about this. And there's Jelly Roll. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll bring him out to you. And Cody meets Randy with Jelly Roll's lifeless body, and it results in Randy attacking Cody again, taking him back to the ring, beating the snot out of him.
Yeah.
They already set up the main event for Backlash.
So you're gonna
It's
say
unfortunately it definitely sounds like they're going this direction, which would be good, which would help Randy heal because I mean it's being reported he's pretty banged up. It's going to be the potentially new WWE champion Randy Orton and Pat McAfee
versus
the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes
and
Jelly Roll. Yeah, Jesus.
I don't know why. Some of these WWE.
Well, it's either that or we get 2 matches out of that. The rematch between Cody and Randy and Jelly Roll versus Pat McAfee.
No, we don't want that.
Correct. We put the two together and we get what we need. We get Jelly Roll and getting his comeuppance against Pat McAfee and Randy.
Yes.
And we get Cody smacking the shit finally out of Pat McAfee.
Yes.
And, of course,
Randy's
smacking
gonna
around
win.
Randy. And Randy being Randy.
And Randy's going to win that. Yes. Randy and Pat.
Yeah, they're probably going to get the W.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll will probably take the pin on that.
Yeah. That's how that is. So we already predicted, or was that supposed to be
That'll be Backlash next time. That'll be St. Louis.
We're predicting Backlash already. So that's what we got for today. Jay, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me on, brother.
So much, man. This has been another episode of Doing the Most podcast. We out.
You know what? I got a better way we should end this.
Explain.
It's easy. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Good night, all.
I be doing the most. Bad bitch all of my ghosts. Flooded both my wrists. Yeah, nigga, I do the most. Put some bread on your head, nigga. Killers gon' have a toast. I be doing the most. Yeah, I be doing the most.